actions caused.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. My fault for starting a little bit late. Had to go shovel the snow out there. About maybe 5 inches of snow out here in Rockford. It is what it is. It's March. We had all the crazy weather in 1 month. But this is about, Democrats and lefties always tripping. But this video is about the lefties and Democrats about taking out Trump. That's crazy. And they have to celebrate in Iran and tell Iran to come attack us. Well, attack Trump and Mar-a-Lago and all other places. Check it out. It's stupid. Hope you guys like it.
That's what I'm saying. He won't get it unless he goes through it, but please don't attack us. Hey, Don, I just want to straight up tell you this. Kill Donald Trump, his wife, and his kids. Wow, we ain't a part of it. He started this war with the Congress not even giving okay. Wow. Attack him. Him directly, like, aim for the White House or aim for Mar-a-Lago. Aim for anything that you know Trump about. Trump Towers, fuck it all up. Wow. Okay? Aim for everything, all his golf courses, aim for everything that could hurt his pocket, basically. Aim for him and his family. Make him live through the fact that his actions caused his wife and kids to die.
These people are foolish, man.
That's what I'm saying. He won't get it unless he goes through it, but please don't attack us. I voted for Kamala. I didn't vote for this buffoon. We ain't want no part of it. A majority of us didn't vote for him. He admitted it numerous times that he cheated and rigged the elections to win. Kind of like
that didn't happen.
Netanyahu and his father.
No, he didn't, dummy.
How they got that shit started. These Polish fuckers that changed their name to sound more Jewish. Wow.
It's amazing.
Anyways, I digress. Yeah, that's just it. I want to throw my opinion out there. Anyways, deuces.
Oh, nasty bastard. Screenshot this so you can go and tell her I said what's up.
I know we're all waiting for it to happen.
Wow.
But here's what I want to see occur when it happens. With our luck, it's probably going to be that it's going to happen in the middle of the night, and we're not going to know until the morning. But on one of my previous posts, I said, if that happens and you're awake and you're aware of it, please make sure you wake me up.
You look crazy.
Okay, so here's how I would love to see it happen. I don't think that this should be a health event. That's not tragic enough. I think it should be an infliction like he has done to others in the United States and around the world.
Wow.
From a distance, publicly, while maybe he's on stage at a rally.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Or whatever the case
You would
may
love
be.
that, wouldn't you?
Something.
These people are insane.
Hey, Don, I just want to straight up tell you this. Kill Donald Trump, his wife, and his kids. Wow. We ain't a part of it. He started this war with the Congress not even giving okay.
Start up with these people talking about taking out Trump
him directly,
and Melania and all that.
Aim for the White House or aim for Mar-a-Lago.
Shit crazy.
Aim for anything that you know Trump about. Trump Towers, fuck it all up.
Wow.
Okay? Aim for everything, all his golf courses, aim for everything that could hurt his pocket, basically. Aim for him and his family. Make him live through the fact that his actions caused his wife and kids to die.
These people are foolish, man.
That's what I'm saying. He won't get it unless he goes through it, but please don't attack us. I voted for Kamala. I didn't vote for this buffoon.
Wow.
We ain't want no part of it. A majority of us didn't vote for him.
I voted.
He admitted it numerous times that he cheated
I voted.
and rigged the elections to win.
Dumbass.
Kind of
No,
like
he didn't.
Benjamin Netanyahu and his father.
No, he didn't, dummy.
How they got that shit started. These Polish fuckers that changed their name to sound more Jewish.
Wow.
Anyways, I digress. Yeah, that's just it. I want to throw my opinion out there. Anyways, deuces.
Oh, nasty bastard. Screenshot this so you can go and tell her I said what's up.
Yeah, these people are crazy. Look at
I know
this.
we're all waiting for it to happen. But here's what I want to see occur when it happens. With our luck, it's probably going to be that
These people are insane. We voted for Trump. When Biden won, we didn't say he take out Biden. We ain't wish nothing ill will on Biden. It is what it was. These people, these lefties and Democrats are evil, man. I don't understand how y'all keep on saying y'all part of the Democrat Party. They want to kill the babies. They want the immigrants over us as Americans. They want to take out money, but send it to overseas. That's not cool. And they want Trump to die. That's insane, man. Do y'all realize y'all alive too? Y'all can be taken out? If you don't think, man. And they post all this crazy ass shit and they call Trump a dictator. If he was a dictator, you guys will never be able to post all this shit and still be able to walk around freely. Makes no sense.
it's going to happen in the middle of the night, and we're not going to know until the
Like
morning.
and subscribe.
But on one of my previous posts, I said, if that happens and you're awake and you're aware of it, please make sure you wake me up.
You look crazy.
Okay, so here's how I would love to see it happen.
But yeah, it snowed out there on us, man. Straight
I
snow.
don't think that this should be a health event. That's not tragic enough. I think it should be an infliction like he has done to others in the United States and around the world.
I had to go shovel some snow this morning. I would have started around 8 o'clock, but I had to go shovel the driveway out.
Maybe he's on stage at a rally,
Wow.
press conference, or whatever the case
You would
may
love
be.
that, wouldn't you?
Something.
That's going to happen to
Don't
one of
care,
your
publicly,
publicly.
and televised.
Wow.
Because I think in a situation like this, there won't be very many people.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
In
Thank
fact,
you.
I think the
Thank you
majority
for subbing. Like and
cheering.
subscribe.
Wow.
I know I will be cheering.
Of course you would. Hey,
So,
Satan. Yeah,
Karma's a bitch, and I think that that is how this should go down. I don't think it should be peaceful, compassionate, quick and easy. Well, maybe quick and easy,
of course.
but not in a
Idiot.
health event way. That's how I feel. And I'm not sorry about it.
Of course you're not.
I'm sure there are millions of you out there who feel the exact same way. So how would you like to see?
Good morning, Cecil. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning.
Here's her information. I want you to screenshot this. Go tell this hoe I said hi. Here's more of her information.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Go tell this scallywag I said hi. Y'all ready? Let go.
Urgent message for the Iranian government right here. I need missiles here tonight. Israel's Channel 12 did a report on the new Patriot battery system. It's right here at the Palashamin Air Force Base. It's actually right here. You can zoom out a little bit, Iran, if you want to see that. Yet again, it's this exact area. I'm going to zoom out for you. This is where the Patriot battery system is. This is the guy that reported it. He's Channel 13. Actually, you can see it right here about the Aero battery air defense he's posting with it. That is going to be right here. It's right there in the middle. Yet again, here's another photo he posted.
Yeah, Trump said that, but it wasn't like he be a dictator like right away. He was saying on certain things he wanted to get done for America, put America first. He was talking about being a dictator. And he said after that would be it, but he's not a dictator. We voted for him.
Confirming, look how the sides are like a wall. It opens up just like right here. It's brand new, by the way, Iran. So if you want to fire off a few missiles that way, there's only 6 interceptors in this direction. So you're going to need about 8. You're going to need a bigger barrage than normal. So I'm assuming, guys,
it sure doesn't matter to the
Tel
lefty.
Aviv, divert it south, and maybe you can even get some interceptions over here just to waste some more. Make sure to like the video, repost, share with all your Iranian friends. Let's see if we can possibly get this out to the Iran.
And he was so happy when he posted that. But then his punk ass got deleted from that.
You know, I don't get mad a lot, but after spending an entire year posting on X, and yesterday I finally break through, I get into the creator program, and I get over 20,000 followers. After a year of posting, they suspend my account.
We have
Good.
been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization and
And then I get suspended, even though they're the ones that are posting it, number one. These are videos that are posted everywhere on all of my accounts. And they suspend me. They don't give me an appeal option. They kick me out of the program. And yeah, this is what I get, I guess, for trying to get on another platform for a year that Elon Musk says is all about free speech. Like, are you serious?
This is what you get for giving up U.S. Army coordinates in another country, you dumbass. You try to get people killed, dummy. This ain't about you trying to blow up on social media, you stupid mother. Make sure I bleep that part out. But this is what you get, though, for just being stupid. You know what else you get? You get your ass locked up like this lady.
I guess. So I would like to start a new movement called MAGA. A woman has been convicted for posting videos threatening Trump supporters. And
again, when Biden won, we didn't threaten to kill Biden. What's wrong with these lefties?
Now faces up to 5 years in prison. She is 41-year-old Sarasota resident Desiree Doreen Sagari. In August 2025, Sagari uploaded multiple videos on TikTok in which she openly mimicked firing a gun at supporters wearing MAGA hats. In the video, she shouted "pew pew" and referenced exercising her Second Amendment rights. As the video spread, the FBI launched an investigation confirming that the post constituted interstate threats. A federal
Let's get to
jury found
1,500
Sagari
subscribers
guilty of
today, everybody. Let's get to
transmitting threats to
1,500
injure across
subscribers.
state
Why not?
lines. She faces a
1,500.
maximum sentence of 5 years, with sentencing scheduled for May 5th, 2026. Supporters argue that threats must be punished according to the law, and social media should never be a tool for violence.
Doing good,
Others
man.
debate
Doing
where to
good.
draw the line between online speech and real-world threats.
I had to shovel some
Even
snow this
videos
morning.
intended as humor or parody can cross legal boundaries. Sagari's conviction served.
Doing good, everybody. Had to shovel some snow. We got like 5 inches of snow out here in Rockford. Had to shovel the driveway out. But thank you guys for being in the chat. Let's continue. Like and
As a
subscribe.
warning to all internet users, posting politically provocative videos carries real consequences.
Snack Bread is my show.
Now, I do realize that.
Thanks for joining in.
I'm not trying to get rid of the freedom of speech. We should all have our freedom of speech. But when your freedom of speech, it's trying to hurt somebody. It's trying to get people to rally the people together to unalive someone. Your punk ass deserve to go to jail. Why? Because you are part of the problem. You're using your platform wrong. You're not supposed to use your platform to try to get people hurt. You ain't got to be no rocket scientist to know that. Y'all are just idiots. And here's the last idiot that we're going to talk about.
So I heard the new leader of Iran wants to take out you know who.
You know
And leader of Iran, if you're seeing
Pro
this
Oaks.
for
Yeah, it's a lot of
any
snow,
reason,
man.
I just want you to know that
About 5 inches of
most
snow.
of us are rooting for you. Actually, but I think most of us would like it to be kind of slow.
Right, okay.
Go get it,
Okay, dumbass. So here's the lady's information that just now was on the horn talking about most of us. Just in case you didn't know, President Trump won the popular vote. What that means is most of us
Already shoveled, Pro Folks.
wanted him to
Pro
win.
Folks already shoveled. Got the driveway out the
Most
way.
of us want him to win over in Iran too. We want him to be a great president. We want our country to do well. We want America to thrive. So most of us don't want anything to happen to our president. Why are you saying this? So screenshot this so y'all can go to this hoe's information. Her platform and tell her I said hi. Dumbasses. I swear they just get on my damn nerves, man. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, my name is Van, and now we are all the LFR family. I look forward to seeing you on the next platform. On the next video, and hopefully on the inside the Patreon as well. And if you're looking for a youth,
Somebody mentioned about Cuba. Yeah, I'm streaming YouTube. We on YouTube. Why people ask that crazy stuff?
Cuba has bent the knee to the United States, and now their citizens are pissed.
Today, for the first time, Cuba's dictator acknowledged talks with the United States after intense economic pressure from the Trump administration.
The biggest news of the day is, as you pointed out, Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel confirming today that his government is negotiating with the Trump administration and that talks are serious and sensitive.
Check my channel out.
Siempre que hemos estado en situaciones tensas en las relaciones con los Estados Unidos, aparecen esfuerzos por buscar canales de diálogo, por buscar conversaciones. No es la primera vez que Cuba entra en una conversación de este tipo. Yo creo que la más reciente, el ejemplo más reciente, fue la manera en que el general de ejército condujo.
By the way, the announcement comes as the island continues to struggle and suffer through some of its worst economic shock in history, thanks in part to the U.S.-led oil embargo, which has kept fuel from entering the country for about 3 months.
A friendly takeover. It may not be a friendly takeover. It wouldn't matter because they're down to, as they say, fumes. They have no energy. They have no money. They're deep.
You guys think Marco Rubio and JD Vance, vice president presidency? I want JD to be the president and Marco will be the vice. At one point, I wanted Ron DeSantis, but he started tripping a little bit.
Troubles.
The resulting lack of energy, food, and rolling blackouts leading to unprecedented protests. Conversations signal a potentially historic and economic and strategic partnership with the U.S., which would be massive.
Jonah Beard, what's your opinion about the Cuba situation? I'm right here. What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Are you listening to the message I'm showing? Just watch the video. Get the message behind it. Some of these people haven't seen some of these videos I'm showing it. That's why I'm putting them out there. I haven't seen them myself. I want to know what's going on. And it's right there for you guys. So I'm going to jump in when I need to jump in. You don't got to force me. I'm right here with you guys all day. I stream about 2 to 3 hours, Monday through Thursday. So let's continue. Name is Deunta. Like and subscribe.
The talks, if successful, could potentially lead to Cuba's biggest economic opening.
You guys are new jumping in. Slow down.
Its economy
Get to know me first.
In 1961, in the wake of the Cuban Revolution.
We'll go to another channel if you feel that way, Sanders. This is my channel.
The release of
I'm gonna do it how I want to do
the
it.
island's prisons as part of a
Y'all a trip.
brokered deal.
American first all day, baby. You guys are funny in the chat. Happy Monday to everybody. How you guys get on my chat and tell me what I need to put on? If you don't like what I got, go to another one. There's millions of other streamers out there. It's amazing how y'all get on somebody else's chat and tell them what you want to see. At least subscribe to my channel. Have you guys on my on here, ain't even subscribe, but trying to tell me what to do. I'm Deunta. I live in Rockford, Illinois. I was a blue voter. Now I'm red all day. Don't be misled. Red all day. Go to somebody else's stream then. This is YouTube. Everybody's streaming other people's shit all day long on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube is copying somebody else's shit, period. It's called information. Sharing it. Everybody remix everybody's stuff on YouTube. Even the news react to other people's stuff on the news. So how you get on my channel tripping? Like and subscribe. And happy Monday. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let's get to 1,500 subscribers.
Wow. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get They done broke the man's camera. What the heck?
En correspondencia con la política consistente que siempre ha presentado la Revolución Cubana, bajo la dirección del general de ejército como líder histórico de nuestra revolución y la mía, y colegiado con las principales instancias del partido, el gobierno y el Estado cubano, funcionarios cubanos sostuvieron recientemente conversaciones con representantes del gobierno de los Estados Unidos para buscar por la vía del diálogo la posible solución a las diferencias bilaterales que existen entre nuestras dos naciones. Estos intercambios han sido favorecidos por actores internacionales. Y aquí me quiero detener. Siempre que hemos estado en situaciones tensas en las relaciones con los Estados Unidos, aparecen esfuerzos por buscar canales de diálogo, por buscar conversaciones. No es la primera vez que Cuba entra en una conversación de este tipo. Yo creo que la más reciente, el ejemplo más reciente, fue la manera en que el general de ejército...
Thank you, Firestarter. Thank you, man, for understanding. Thank you.
El presidente Obama en una etapa muy reciente, y todos sabemos los resultados que dieron esa conversación. Bueno, ahora también algún grupo de actores internacionales favorecieron el desarrollo de esos intercambios. ¿Cuáles son los propósitos que estamos siguiendo con estas conversaciones, con los propósitos que nos hemos planteado? Bueno, en primer lugar, determinar cuáles son los problemas bilaterales que necesitan solución.
Now, as you have to plainly see, the United States have the resources to be able to negotiate with anyone we want to negotiate with. We are that powerful. We don't have to always go and fight. We fight in different ways. Marco Rubio did an amazing job.
The person in the chat, he was asking about Cuba. Well, there you go. Some information about Cuba. What you think? Did you leave the chat?
His negotiation with Cuba, letting them know that we're going to cut you off until you do right by the world and by us, and then we can move forward. We love your people the same way you love your people, but we want to make sure that this thing works for all parties that's involved. But I would love to hear from you all. Y'all know better than me. A lot of you teach me a lot of things inside the comments, and I'm appreciative of that. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van. Now we are all the Elephant family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.
Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, America is at war with Iran and the Democratic Party is supporting America. No, they're supporting Iran. Yeah, we're going to talk about these traitors today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show.
And when it comes to my content, I'm showing you guys how the Democrat Party are full of shit. And stop voting blue no matter who. That's why I'm showing different videos, but all my videos all lined up making sense. How the Democrat Party do not love or care about America, but overseas, and people don't even propose to be here.
these jokers, we at war. I mean, hot war. We fight. We fight for our life, okay? Against Iran.
Right.
These Iranians have been fighting us for 47, 48 years. Just at war with us. Everywhere we go, they're trying to kill us. Every time you see an American, they try to kill them. They've been killing our soldiers. They took our embassy. And then they said that they were going to get a nuclear weapon and they were going to shoot us and they were going to aim it at us and blow us up.
They've been screaming death to America for a long time.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Come on, man, ain't cool.
They've been killing our soldiers overseas. They've been attacking our bases. And they've used proxies more than anything to do it. And these proxies...
Let's get to 1,500 subscribers. 1,500.
Terrorist organizations. The Houthis, Hamas, they were the ones that jumped on Israel and killed Americans. Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, ISIS. So they take their money and instead of saying this is Iran attacking the United States of America, they give money to these terrorist organizations. These terrorist organizations attack America, and then they say, "Ooh, it's not us, it's them," but we know it's them. So they were making a nuclear weapon. Well, earlier in the year, Trump dropped some bunker busting bombs on these nuclear facilities, blew them up. Oh, did this stop the Iranians? No, these jokers decided they were going to go somewhere else and start doing it again. And Trump said, "Okay, I'm tired of y'all. It's time for this to stop." Because he knew that if he didn't do it, you might get another president, Republican or Democrat, that may be too weak to go in and take care of this problem. And we're going to end up with a savage nation putting a bomb, a atomic bomb on a nuclear warhead, shooting it toward America or giving it to a terrorist organization and killing a whole lot of people. So Trump said it's time to end this. We go in, we hit 1,000 targets in one day, kill the Ayatollah, decapitate the government, and guess what the Democrats do? They go to Congress, not to show support. Oh, no. The Democrats go into Congress to vote to stop it. Hold it now. Did you hear what I said? To stop it. To pull back the power of the president to do it. So Tim Kaine, senator from the state of Virginia, decided to go up and call for a vote to restrict the president's power when it comes to the War Powers Act.
It was a very simple question before the U.S. Senate with very significant consequences, simply worded. They looked at a resolution that would, if passed, if it became law, would have told the president, U.S. President Donald Trump, he has to stop. No more strikes on Iran. No more strikes in the government or its military. The vote.
Here you go, right here. Look at this in the chat. What is this, 10? So I'm a house nigga. That's crazy. I've been called a house nigga, a nigga, disrespected by everybody that's black on this fucking planet. Not one white person disrespected me. Even in the chat. Everybody in the chat just about as black. To have y'all disrespect me, call me house nigga, I'm a bootlicker. That's insane. And all that came from the Dixiecrats, the Democrats, all this talking points that this guy right here, 10 Case, you on the plantation, bro, get off. It's okay. Master, come on, man. Wow. The disrespect, man. Black History Month, call all type of names. Nigga, coon, bootlicker. Black History Month. By black people. Y'all insane. I'm praying for everybody. Love your enemies.
Republicans, largely along party lines, said that was set a dangerous precedent.
Firestar, I'm with you, Firestar. It wasn't you. Other dude in the chat, 10 Case.
That this is unconstitutional, that he hasn't thought through the consequences, that it's just incredibly dangerous for the worworld.
No, the ones, they know I'm talking about, the ones call me bootlicking, coon, sellout, house nigga.
Republicans had the votes.
What's about them people?
To keep this from passing the Senate in the 47 yeses to 52 no votes.
I'm from Chicago, west side of Chicago.
Pending resolution. President Trump decided to attack Iran. That decision
How I feel about Jews? I love them.
Deliberate and correct.
I even love my
President
enemies.
understands
That's what the
word
Bible
of
say.
war. He was clear-eyed about the risk, and he was honest with the American people. Why is Donald Trump bent on making history repeat itself? Why is he plunging America headfirst into a war that Americans do not want and which he cannot even explain?
Now we believe it's going to go to the U.S. House of Representatives, where Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says he has the votes to keep this from happening. Very much a message that U.S. President Donald Trump has the support of the Congress. The really
Matt, good
only
morning.
group in the United States that could stop him has now, at least from the Senate side, decided you're not going to.
It failed in the Senate, 53-47. One Democrat voted with Republicans, and that was
Yep. Good morning.
that was Mr. Fetterman from the state of Pennsylvania, and one of the Republicans voted with the Democrats, and that was Rand Paul from the state of Kentucky. But it failed, 53-47. But everybody's on record now, so you know how these senators feel about this, okay?
Thank you,
All the
guys. Thank you.
Democrats
Thank
save
you.
one voted to allow Iran to exist with a nuclear weapon and pointed at the United States of America. All of them, except one. Then we go to the House. Mike Johnson said, fine, vote. We want the American people to see where you are on this issue. Because if it had passed and got to Donald Trump's desk, Donald Trump is going to veto it. So yeah, the American people need to see where you stand when it comes to this issue. And of course, every Democrat, except 4, voted to restrict what we were doing and to allow Iran to keep killing Americans and to get a nuclear weapon and point it at the United States of America and hold us hostage and maybe blow up our cities.
Insane.
We only had 2 Republicans vote against it. And that was Thomas Massey from the state of Kentucky and David from the state of Ohio. So again, it's as clear as it can possibly be. And everybody in the Black Caucus voted to allow Iran to attack the United States of America. And on top of this, while we're at war, and we know these people have look, Pam Bundy, the Attorney General of the United States of America, said that because of Joe Biden's open border policies, they arrested over 1,500 Iranians that had come to America illegally, many of them parts of sleeper cells.
That's false, but GOP senators today insisted those stockpiles were not the target.
ICE has arrested more than 100 Iranian nationals across the U.S. in just the past week, according to Fox News. It comes as federal authorities sound the alarm over potential Iranian sleeper cells operating inside the country. Some officials warn suspected terrorists may have crossed through open borders. The National News Desk, Janae Bowens, takes a closer look
Highly
at the
favored. Good
growing
morning.
security concerns.
Fears are growing about Iran-backed operatives inside the United States.
Your name is Blessed and was it Blessed? Highly favored, Blessed and highly favored. That's a good name to have, highly favored. So you believe in God. So pray for no war.
I would like
Pray
to
for
talk about
peace.
in a classified setting. But yes, have they invaded our country? Absolutely.
Attorney General Pam Bondi told Congress earlier this week that authorities are on high alert.
We will not be intimidated, and we will keep America safe thanks to the leadership of President Trump.
Fox News says ICE has arrested 130 Iranian nationals just in the last week, and right now 670 are being held in ICE detention. It's all part of the Trump administration's effort to crack down on Iranian nationals in the country illegally as security concerns continue to grow.
So you can't think now a single one of these 2 million plus didn't come here to do us harm.
Border czar Tom Homan blaming the Biden administration's border policies. He also warns of a potential 9/11 style attack.
2 million people paid more. Not that
How you doing, Brian? Good morning.
Why? Because they didn't want to be vetted. They didn't want to be fingerprinted. They didn't want to deal with law enforcement at all. Why is that? That should scare the hell out of everybody.
ICE sources confirm that some of the arrested Iranian nationals have
and terrorists. They had come here in America sitting and waiting. And if we attacked Iran, these sleeper cells were to be activated. And they're going to start killing American citizens. Joe Biden had let these people over here. This is why you don't have an open border. Because these people come over here to do harm to us. Now, like you said, we might have some people that are coming over here just to work, okay, but you have many that are coming over here to do harm. I mean, come on. Everybody out there should have that type of common sense, right? If you're coming over here right, come legally. Why not? Almost 30 million people came into this country illegally. Oh, but none of them were drug dealers. None of them were running from the law. None of them were terrorists, were they? Joe Biden didn't care. So for the first year of Trump's presidency, he's looking for these guys, locking them up, because he knows that they're going to be activated if we attack Iran. And they found 1,500 of them in the United States of America.
Mourners left flowers at the Austin, Texas bar where a gunman wearing clothes with an Iranian flag design and the words "Property of Allah" killed 2 people and wounded 14 early Sunday. A law enforcement official told the Associated Press. The FBI is investigating the shooting, which erupted a day after the U.S. and Israel launched an attack on Iran, as a potential act of terrorism. Police in Austin shot and killed the gunman, who used both a pistol and a rifle to carry out the attack.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
The shooting happened outside Bufford's Backyard Beer Garden just before 2 a.m. along 6th Street, a nightlife destination.
Thank you, Brian.
Bars
Thank
and
you.
Music clubs, and only a few
Name is
miles from
Deunta.
the University of Texas at Austin. The suspect drove past the
Name
bar
is Deunta.
several
Thank
times
you.
before
Thank you.
stopping
Thank
and
you.
shooting from the window of his SUV at people on a patio and in front of the bar, according to Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis.
Another terrifying attack today, this one at a synagogue in Michigan. Tonight we're learning new details about the armed man who rammed his truck loaded with fireworks and chemicals into a West Bloomfield synagogue. Investigators say 41-year-old Ayman Mohammed Ghazali, who was born in Lebanon, became a naturalized U.S.
Thank you,
citizen.
man. Thank you. Thank you.
Law enforcement sources tell ABC News he posted on social media that his relatives were killed in the ongoing Israeli strikes. This is video of his Michigan home. The FBI calling this a targeted act of violence against the Jews.
So now guess what the Democrats do? They want to defund
Marnie Bell, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Department of Homeland Security, DHS. You know why they want to defund them? Because they started catching these terrorists. They started catching these illegals. They started catching these dope dealers who fund their campaigns. Do you not understand that in the midst of a war, the Democratic Party is refusing
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
of
you.
Homeland Security? That's like you refusing to fund the fire department when your house is on fire.
But does anyone here believe that we should keep the Department of Homeland Security, that's the name of it, indefinitely shut down to try to force ICE policy changes on an agency that's already funded until 2029, when you acknowledge there are sleeper cells, when we all see radical Islamic terrorists
Propaganda Monday. Come on, Josh.
throwing IEDs in New York City, when we saw a radical Muslim terrorist shoot up a bar in Austin, when we had tornadoes in Oklahoma and Michigan this weekend, when we have TSA lines of 5 hours in airports, we have all these things going on. Is it
No,
even
I think
remotely
no.
reasonable?
What I believe.
Got the money, refusing to pay the people. So now,
Patty Bird, you funny, man.
and there are lines wrapped around the whole airport because the people who are
Thanks,
at the
Vince.
airport,
Thank
the
you.
TSA
Appreciate
people
that.
check you to make sure that you're not bringing bombs on the plane. They're not getting paid. So of course, they're not getting paid. They're not coming to work. And the Democrats don't care. Why don't they want to fund the DHS? Because DHS is running illegals out of the country, and they depend on illegals to win these elections. I mean, they spend all this money
You say you for real? I
to get
believe
them up
you.
here. Sanctuary cities, SNAP benefits, free health care, free bus rides. And these cartels cartels have told them, let me tell y'all something. We've given you Democrats all this debt-gum money. You jokers are better delivered. And so the cartels are paying them. Yeah, the cartels are paying. You think they doing this for nothing? The cartels don't play. And they told these Democrats, y'all better cut this mess out. Y'all better find a way, because when these people come back down, they're going to want their money back. Y'all better find a way to make sure that our business stays lucrative. We are telling these people we can get you up to America. Once you get up there, you got free medical care, you got a job, you got free SNAP benefits, you got free housing, you can get free education, you can get free community college. And the illegals are saying, shut up. Sign me up. Who wouldn't go for that? And if you get to a sanctuary city, the cops can't even arrest you. Man, you talking about a deal. And Trump has come in and said, the hell with all that. I'm coming into the sanctuary cities. I'm running them out. I'm running the terrorists out. I'm running the dope dealers out. I'm running all of them out. And the cartels are angry, and the Democrats are losing their voting base. And they are also losing a lot of money from a lot of these terrorist nations that keep them in power, because these people are traitors to the American people. If you ever thought that they were not traitors, you need to rethink that now. Think about this. You're at home with your spouse or significant other. And at night, she's allowing jokers to come into the house and steal from you. And later on, after they get through stealing, she's going to allow them to come in and kill you. You're sleeping with the enemy. These people are allowing illegals to come here in this country and take what you got.
I know this man did not just say this.
What's the reason why we are in a DHS shutdown right now? Because Republicans have refused to agree to the type of bold, transformative, meaningful, and dramatic reforms we are demanding in order for the Department of Homeland Security funding bill to move forward. One of those demands is keep ICE out of sensitive locations.
You want to keep ICE out of sensitive location. Federal agents, backed by the people, and most of all, the president. Backed by us, baby. You want to have men and women's sports and men and women's bathroom. But you want the ICE out for what?
And we've defined that as schools, houses of worship, hospitals, and polling sites. We want an explicit prohibition.
They really want to stop the polling sites, you know what I'm saying, as far as ICE agents being at the polling sites. No, have them right there.
That ICE can
they want the illegals to do everything they're not supposed to. Come here the right way. Vote the right way. Which is by going through the border the right way. Get vetted. Simulate. Just want to throw them out there. Come on and vote. Come on, we got you. No, it's not cool. Most of these people are okay to come, but few of them are criminals, rapists, murderers. They don't care about America. They're not even trying to become better citizens to be assimilated to America. And they know that. They want them to take my vote away as a black man. It's not cool.
Nowhere near any polling sites in the United States of America is.
I don't even know how to do this video, because I know that he did not just admit that you got to keep the ICE people out of the voting because you need illegal people to vote.
I don't get it.
Okay, somebody help me. So you want to keep the regulation out of the place that needs to be regulated. You literally just admitted that you got to keep the ICE agents out of the voting places because you need the illegal people to vote. I'm not understanding.
Especially when it comes to the federal elections, like the election for the president and all that. It's federal, so the ICE agents should be there. I appreciate the ICE agents to be there. I want them to be there. They're federal agents. You're doing a federal election, so why not?
I mean, what is going on? You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be Hakeem. Hey, King. Hey, man. Bro, are you done? I don't
Right,
even
lost for words.
I think I got a boo-boo. Because I got to get this shit right. It's no way.
She got a boo-boo.
Are you retarded? Who is in charge of the publicity and the PR, the public relations over there at the Democratic Party? You guys say shit that I know somebody's got to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. Oh my God. Like, you don't have anybody in charge of your mouth? Holy shit. Dude. Oh my God.
No, they don't. They mad that we, as blacks and browns, voted Republican, voted for Trump, and they know they're going to vote again in 2028. We're going to hold it down in 2028. We got to know MAGA is MAGA, regardless, because America come first. But they nervous, man. They want the illegals come in here and just tear it apart. And we work too hard for that. We're not going to let that happen at all. Vote for common sense. We're going to come here the right way. If not, go back home. If you don't come the right way. Yeah, she be cooking. Surprised she got lost for words. Yeah, like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe. Vote red. Don't be misled. Saw this video on X. You gotta check it out. My man is definitely ranting and raving. It's the truth. You definitely cooking. Like and subscribe.
To all those who continue to say that it is not the president's business to interfere in other countries, remember when Biden
Johnny Boy, good morning.
was in charge, you guys were just
No, she got money. She's a YouTuber. She got money.
open to every other country that you now say we don't need to interfere with. See, you guys want to play savior when millions of
So anybody in the chat tomorrow, I'm reusing other people's stuff. I'm right here on my own channel showing you me.
people were coming into our country unvetted, undocumented, illegally. But when Donald Trump says, how about we handle this at the source? If you're escaping tyranny, if you're escaping dictatorships, how about I just get rid of your dictators?
And that's what he did. And if he would ask me that, they asked the Democrats for years. 47 and Trump did it. Now it's a problem. Trump bad. Obama does it. He gets praised. The Black Messiah. Stop the bullshit.
Now you can go back to your countries happily, safely, and enjoy your own land. Instead of coming here illegally, attacking our people, trying to change our laws, trying to change our rules, using up all of our resources. Now, many people who've come here illegally and legally are able to go and actually enjoy the land that they came from. You see, you had no problem as the minority.
Thank you. 1,500 subscribers. Let's get it.
About keeping our country wide open, not vetting anybody, not worried about our children's safety, not worried about the people who
Kataji Brown Jackson, yeah, show me what a woman is.
But when Trump decides
and she a mother with two girls.
You're upset. Now it doesn't make sense. Now you don't want to interfere in other people's politics and other countries' politics. But that's exactly what you were doing when you left our borders wide open. You were participating in other countries. You didn't run the numbers. Calculate to see how much resources we had or what was being used.
Those for the ones who haven't subscribed. Thank you. For the ones who haven't subscribed. And everybody else, thank you guys. Blessings to everybody.
Actually came here to cause more problems. You just said, let them all in. We're helping other countries to be great how we decide to be great. Wake up.
Yep. Vote red. Don't be misled. Like and subscribe. Name is Deunta. Thank you, guys.
Ton of DHS folks, CBP, and so they are on the call and they are doing their jobs. Certainly, we need to fund the Department of Homeland Security, and we need, in my view, to cut away all the conversation on ICE, which is its own conversation, from all the core missions of the Department of Homeland Security. But they're essential. They're on the job. They're working today.
That seems significant. Maybe a shift, stripping away the ICE conversation and funding the department.
Well, ICE is already funded for the next 3 years, so that conversation should have been stripped away already. For her to say that certainly we need to fund Homeland Security,
I agree, but I'm not the one who voted to keep it closed yesterday, which is what she did. There was a vote on this yesterday, which finished, by the way, after the attack in Michigan, in her state. She reacted on social media to that terrorist attack in her state before the vote ended. That kept the Democrat filibuster alive, meaning that the DHS department remains closed. She made that choice to vote to maintain the shuttering, the temporary closing of our Homeland Security agency.
And also the problem is you had Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer. They've been politicians for over 30, 40 years. That's why shit's going down the hill when it comes to the Democrat Party. Get these people up out of there. They've been there for too long. There is no way you should retire being in Congress at all. That's the problem. They in there too long. They make it more personal for them. It's about us, the people. We voted you guys in to make things for us better, not for you to get better and get rich and then say fuck us and then send our money overseas. That's crazy.
See, and then she comes on the cameras today and says, oh, well, certainly we need to fund it. She had the chance to do so yesterday, and she chose not to. This was after, by the way, there were 47 Democrats in the Senate, 46 of them who voted to maintain their filibuster to keep DHS
Right, if the president get term limits, the same thing for the Senate.
Apparent
Same
jihadist
shit.
attacks on the Homeland in the last 2 weeks. 4 Homeland attacks in 2 weeks, and nearly every single Democrat in the Senate voted to keep Homeland Security closed. It's astonishing.
One of those.
So it seems as if the Sunday show host got a memo from their handlers that they need to confront Senate Democrats on shutting down DHS amid Iran war. Now, as we have seen over the past few weeks or so, since the military operation in Iran started, we have a terrorism problem in the United States of America. Okay, we have a terrorism problem when it comes to far-left lunatics, right? That's the main terrorist threat to this country. And then we also have the threat of Islamic extremism. We've started to see that become more prevalent over the last few weeks as well, too. And that's a big problem, right? We should have our Department of Homeland Security funded, especially during a time in which the Homeland needs to be secure. But we all know Democrats don't believe in securing the Homeland. This is why they allow open borders, which allow a bunch of terrorist threats into the country in the first place, okay? So there should be no surprise that Democrats are shutting down funding for DHS, holding TSA agents and government employees hostage in order to virtue signal to the...
And I thought the Democrat Party is for the working class people. By them defunding, that's working class people, federal agents, the TSA. Man, come on, y'all. The Democrat Party is full of shit. Talking about some working class. No, they're not. And the party never switched either.
Far left, because that's what this is really all about. At the end of the day, the Democrats and their demands make absolutely 0 sense. And I'm going to break it down to you guys why Democrats are full of shit when it comes to DHS funding and this shutdown. But without further ado, I want to play some clips of the mainstream media actually confronting Democrats on their shutdown as TSA agents are quitting their jobs en masse. And again, we're experiencing terrorist attacks in this country.
On the facts, the Senate failed to advance that Homeland Security funding for the 4th time yesterday. We have airline CEOs faulting Congress for not paying TSA agents. I've got video of TSA workers on food lines because they just missed their second paycheck, half paycheck last time, full paycheck this Friday. Why can't your leaders break this deadlock?
Morning. I think we should. And what we have offered is let's pay TSA. Let's pay FEMA. Let's pay the National Guard, the Coast Guard. Let's pay CISA. I'd even say let's pay Customs and Border Patrol. If we can't agree on ICE reforms, let's pay everybody else.
To war again.
Senator, I do have to ask you just finally about this partial government shutdown, DHS not being funded for a month now. Just this week, we saw terror attacks in West Bloomfield, Michigan, in Norfolk, Virginia. This morning, the CEOs of the nation's major airlines and cargo carriers have written a letter to Congress calling for them to end the shutdown, talking about the importance of...
Why get our power back by getting rid of Chuck Schumer? That man been there for over 30 years. Pull this guy up out of there.
The threat of terror attacks.
Adam Schiff, get him out of here too.
Conflict?
No, Kristen, as you know, we offered vote after vote, resolution after resolution,
Look at this guy.
even as recently as this week, to reopen those agencies, to fund them.
I did not look at his
Republicans
eyes.
voted it down. We said, let's
Evil.
wall off ICE funding. Let's fund these other agencies that protect the country. And the Republicans, one after another, voted them down. Voted down funding TSA, voted down funding the Coast Guard, voted down funding FEMA. So Republicans are controlling both houses in the presidency. They can't very well blame the minority party for their own inability to govern, particularly when they're voting down Democratic motions to reopen these agencies.
All right, Senator Adam Schiff, thank you very much.
Jay Bird, good morning.
A number of attacks, ISIS-inspired bombing.
Oh shit, Cory Booker
Outside Mamdani's house, a shooting target at an ROTC class at Old Dominion, and on and on and on. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security is still shut down because Senate Democrats are blocking the funding bill over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Given the security concerns he just expressed, and given the fact that honestly, Secretary Noem has been fired, Tom Homan took over from Greg Vivino and Noem in Minnesota, you could argue Democrats won the debate. Isn't it time for Democrats to reopen and refund DHS?
So Jake the Snake
tried multiple times to try to get TSA, CISA, the Coast Guard funded. Republicans have refused time and time again to fund.
Yeah, they want the whole agency
They
funded.
want the whole agency. ICE is still out there doing reckless things in communities. ICE is still arresting and detaining American citizens. ICE is still having unmasked people jumped out of unmarked cars, abducting people from the streets, barreling into homes. Even Americans, even veterans are being swept up in ICE's chaos. I will not approve another dollar for ICE, given all that they're doing. But we should be funding those TSA agents that keep us safe, CISA, Coast Guard, and for Republicans to refuse to do it is unacceptable.
All right, Senator Cory Booker.
And I'll make one last point. It's important, Jake. They have cut the people out of FBI and other agencies that should be protecting our homeland. This is a president that is not keeping America safer. He's making it more dangerous, having lawless people in our communities doing lawless things. And his operations overseas, for the things that he's doing there, not to be debated in Congress is outrageous. And this is what the work of this
Jason, good
Congress
morning.
is going to be focusing it back.
Right, whatever the Democrats say, it's the opposite. Do the opposite.
Democratic Senator Cory Booker.
Yeah. So you seen that, you heard that. Now, let me explain to you guys why Democrats are full of shit when it comes to this, right? And this is only about virtue signaling to the far left that Democrats are fighting Trump on immigration and ICE because they know that the far left wants Democrats to abolish ICE. That's all this is. It's nothing more, nothing less than that. It's just a political game, and they're using TSA agents as pawns, right? Government employees, their paychecks. Okay, they're using that as leverage in order to virtue signal to the far
Good
left
morning.
on behalf of illegal immigrants. Okay, first and foremost, ICE and CBP are already funded, so they're not holding up any funds for ICE and Border Patrol. They're not, right? So when they claim that this is about ICE funding, that's a lie. ICE is already funded regardless of what they're doing right now. Okay, the shutdown is not defunding ICE. The shutdown is only defunding TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA, CISA, right? A bunch of other agencies right now that are suffering because Democrats are, again, trying to virtue signal to the far left. Also on top of that, Democrats already rejected a bipartisan bill that they negotiated that included their own demands, right? So when you talk about body cameras and de-escalation training requirements for law enforcement officers, that is already in the bill that they continue to block. Now, here's the deal. Democrats were going to agree to this, right? They were going to agree to this bipartisan bill that they're now blocking before what happened in Minneapolis. But only after what happened in Minneapolis, that's when they decided that, this isn't good enough. We're going to shut down DHS. Which should tell you everything you need to know about how this is all about politics. Because, again, the bill that they're currently blocking, the one bill that the Republicans are voting for that will open up the government, has those demands that Democrats are making in the bill, right? That they previously agreed to before what happened in Minneapolis. So, again, this is all about politics. This is all about Democrats trying to virtue signal to their base that they are putting up strong resistance to Trump. That's all this is. Because their base is not going to let Democrats compromise with Trump or the Republicans on immigration at all, right? Or really any issue, let's be honest with you. But especially now on the issue of immigration. Again, these people want to abolish ICE. So when Democrats come out here and claim that, we put forth a bill that would fund TSA and FEMA and all these other agencies except DHS, right? When they say that, they're only using that as a political talking point. They know damn well that Republicans are not going to agree to a bill to partially fund DHS and all these other areas without just fully funding the department. In fact, Republicans actually put forth a proposal to fully fund DHS temporarily while they continue their negotiations on ICE. Democrats rejected that. Do Democrats ever bring that up, right? Does the mainstream liberal media ever bring that up? Because the counter to Democrats talking about how, we want to fund TSA, we put forth bills and Republicans disagree with it. Again, the counter argument is, okay, if this is really about ICE and getting the reforms that you want, and you're not holding these government workers hostage, right, to virtue signal to the far left, why don't you just temporarily agree to fund DHS, right, as a whole, while you continue to negotiate on the issues that you allegedly have with ICE? Which, by the way, again, Democrats already negotiated a bipartisan bill that they were totally fine with before what happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where there would be more body cams, and also on top of that, there would be some
What's funny about
training
the whole
that ICE would have to
defund?
go through. They were totally fine with that until what happened in Minneapolis. Right after that, it changed because they saw that as an opportunity.
Yeah, they got tired of being sent off.
That, hey, we're fighting Trump tooth and nail, right? And that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. Democrats are holding checks hostage for political points. They're fundraising based off of it.
Hispanics are definitely
They
conservatives.
are trying to rally support going into the midterms. But the problem is that Democrats are going to lose. They're going to lose this specific fight because there's no way that Republicans are going to agree to their ridiculous demands.
Hell no.
Talk about ICE agents being unmasked and stuff like that. They're not going to agree to that. So eventually Democrats are going to have to off-ramp, right? The longer that they allow this to hold out, the more that people are going to wake up and see that, this is the Democrat shutdown. Even the mainstream liberal media is saying that you guys, the Democrats, are the ones that are shutting down the government, right? They're the ones that is holding the government hostage right now. When the liberal media is calling you out on this, right, and they're saying that this is the Democrat shutdown, understand that it's pretty obvious what the optics here are, right? That this is kind of Democrats' fault. And people are traveling a lot, right, nowadays because of spring break. So with more people traveling, having to experience these long TSA lines, people are getting frustrated, and they're going to start.
Anybody is traveling, please thank the TSA agents. Thank them, because they out there working for free. Thank them.
Pointing the finger at Democrats, which is why eventually they're going to fold, right? They're going to fold, and then they're going to try to claim some victory by agreeing to what.
Yeah, repeating, sink the Lord.
But as of
Yep.
right now, they rather continue to play games with people's paychecks and their livelihoods for political gain, right? Simply to virtue signal against Trump. It's really shameful stuff. Just remember, all this is being done on behalf of illegal immigrants.
Right, and all this also because they hate Trump. They wouldn't have America go down the drain for one man because they don't like him. That's not cool, man.
Right? On behalf of illegal immigrants in order to virtue signal to far left lunatics. Democrats are causing chaos and destruction. That's the only thing they've done since Trump got in office is cause chaos and destruction on behalf of illegal immigrants to get votes from far left lunatics. It's shameful stuff.
Traveling soon, you better be on the lookout for these long and winding security lines. TSA workers missing their first full paycheck this week. Employees have been working without pay since the beginning of the partial government shutdown, and the timing could not be worse as a record-breaking 171 million travelers are expected to fly for spring break. Is that you?
I keep saying this. At some point, I got to figure out how does this make sense? Everybody keeps talking about the economy's bad. Now, I'm not saying that the economy's good, but we continue to see records when it comes to holiday spending, holiday travel, spring break travel. I'm seeing the EBT community eating at nice restaurants.
Right.
Buy $100 steak. I'm like, okay, what's going on here, right? I feel like there's a disconnect, okay, between, what I'm hearing in the news about the state of the economy versus, what we're seeing, right? Some of these numbers that we're seeing about people who are, doing, record travel, record shopping, right? Record consumerism, right? People haven't stopped spending money. But, I don't know. I mean, it could be one of those things where people are just, stretching out debt. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I just find it fascinating how we continue to have these indicators of strong consumerism despite the alleged weak economy.
Nation's Marcus Espinoza has more from Newark Airport on how long it's going to take for these workers to see a paycheck and how long it's going to take for you to see shorter lines.
It's now been just a little bit over a month since the DHS stopped receiving funding, and that means that yesterday TSA workers as well as some DHS employees did not receive a full paycheck. The House and Senate have not come any closer to an agreement that would resume DHS funding, neither side backing off of party lines to fund ICE and Border Patrol. This all in the backdrop of growing disapproval of immigration enforcement methods, with funds depleted, DHS employees working for agencies such as the TSA, FEMA, the Coast Guard, and the Secret Service missing that full paycheck. Reports from cities out of Orlando, Las Vegas, and Cleveland show calls from the community to donate food and gift cards for gas to TSA agents struggling just to get to work while trying to put food on the table. I spoke with some passengers at Newark Airport this morning about that situation, who are sympathetic to the difficulties facing TSA.
For me, I wouldn't be able to work for free. I know a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, and you don't know people's circumstances. So especially when this could be possibly the only source of income, that's crazy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Showing up to somewhere that's not paying you, it doesn't make sense to me. But honestly, they're so necessary and they do a great job. So I don't understand why they wouldn't be getting paid.
Well, again, as Democrats are the reason why they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid because illegals need to be saved, right? Leftists need to have reasons to get out and to angrily vote against Trump, right? That is why they're not being paid. This is the game that Democrats are playing. That's what people got to understand. That's what the media should be telling the people, right? Because that's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. That's journalism, right? That this is being done because Democrats want to virtue signal to the far left.
Trump also chiming in on Truth Social, saying thank you to Johnny Jones and all of our great TSA agents who are going to work but not being paid because the radical left Democrats refused to honor the deal
Thank you.
And voted on in Congress. They want your money to go to, quote, border criminals, murderers, foreign drug dealers, and some of the worst people on earth, close quote. They don't want it to go to you. Keep fighting for the USA. Go to work. I promise that I will never forget you, President DJT. Johnny Jones is the Secretary Treasurer of the American Federation of Government Employees, TSA Council 100. That represents more than 45,000 TSA agents around the United States. Unclear at this point, Anna, when a deal is finally going to be made. So that means TSA workers are still going to have to clock in without a paycheck. Of course, try to carry as much care and generosity as you can as you check in right now. As you mentioned, more than 170 million passengers expected to fly during the spring break travel season. Back to you.
Yes, I was sure to thank my TSA agent yesterday when I was flying here to New York from Charlotte. And I have to say, I actually dashed right through security. It was short there. The lines were very short, but the TSA agent said I just missed congestion. So pack your patience if you're heading to the airport.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. The question is, how many paychecks do government workers have to miss? How many of them have to quit? How many
Right, and that's petty as hell. Because everybody in Congress, they still getting paid. Pay y'all workers, man. Democrat, y'all bogus. Y'all getting y'all money, but y'all talking about y'all a party of the working class. Defund Congress, man. Defund they dumbass.
terrorist attacks have to happen in this country before Democrats decide to end this game, right? Because that's what it is. It's a game. Democrats are playing games with people's livelihoods for their own political gain. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. The American people got to wake up and realize what the Democrat Party is. They're a party of chaos. They don't offer the American people anything except chaos. They don't. They don't. And once you realize that and you understand how these people operate, then you understand why it's important for them to never gain back power and control in this country ever again. Ever again. If people are upset, if you're traveling and you're seeing these long lines, you're missing flights, there are massive delays, you can't get where you're trying to go, blame a Democrat, right? Blame Democrats. Democrats are at fault. And again, they're not doing it for good reason. Okay, they're putting you in danger. They're putting everybody in danger. They're, again, ruining your travel plans for illegals, and for the far left. That's what they're doing it for, okay? Just understand that. It's not about you and improving your life or helping you. No, it's about illegals and the far left. That is the most shameful part about this. So, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
We've got to talk about a guy that has been going absolutely viral recently because of a clip that has come out from one of his shows. And that guy is Caleb Hammer. If you guys aren't familiar with Caleb Hammer, he is a financial auditor, YouTuber kind of guy, where, you know, people who are having issues with their finances, they go on to his YouTube show, and he kind of breaks down their finances and how they can better handle their finances and get out of debt most of the time, because typically the people that go onto a show are in a tremendous amount of debt. And also, I believe I've talked about him in the past. As a matter of fact, here's a little refresher on who Caleb Hammer is and some of the things that he said. Like this clip here, which is absolutely hilarious. But before we get into that, make sure you guys smack that like button. I would really appreciate it. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. That helps out as well. But check it out.
We don't listen to people that look like you anymore. I don't know if you know this. You've lost all the power.
What does that even mean? Is it a woman thing?
No, SJW thing.
So you're sexist.
That's Obama's fault.
SJW, is that women?
Good morning, Eric.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what SJW is, but
What?
You literally can't make this stuff up. So you're a woman hater? No, SJW. I guess I don't know what SJW means. See how it's like automatic for these liberals to just go to, oh, well, you're a folk this, you're a folk that, or you hate women, you know? Like it's programmed into their brains. They don't even know what it is that you're saying to them, but they just automatically go towards, oh, you're a folk, you're a racist, or you hate women, right? It's so childish, man. It's so childish. I got to run that back. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to let it play.
Is that women?
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what SJW is, but
Social
you like to
justice
talk
warrior?
over women all the time.
I talk over everybody, including myself.
You can't talk over yourself.
Oh, yes, I do. And that's why I flub so many words.
No, that's just a stutter. That's just because you don't know how to
stutter. I talk faster than I think. I don't know what I'm saying half the time.
Well, then maybe you should stop and think for a minute.
He's not stuttering now, idiot.
Go to your... So...
Say that.
I can. I just did. What do you... Back. And again, we don't listen to people like you anymore. We really don't. You guys have no power. You guys were like 0.5% of the population online.
I don't even know what SJW is.
You're a performative virtue signaling weirdo. We already know that.
Is that just because of the piercing and the color?
The color and the weird earrings that you made in a shed.
Look at that. And that nose.
Them from a
well, that's
museum.
even worse. We don't.
Actually, I purchased them. That's even worse.
When these people vote, God damn it.
Absolutely hilarious. And he's right. We don't listen to the social justice warriors anymore. The SJ, if you weren't familiar with what SJW stood for, it's the social justice warrior. That's what it stands for.
Warrior
social
my
justice
ass.
Warriors, leftists like what you just saw there. Most definitely a social justice warrior, 100%. But now let's hop into the clip in question that is
Subscribe if you guys haven't.
where Caleb he calls some individuals out. And kind of an entire religion, but check it out.
Women could go to school, women could work, women could go outside without wearing the outfit.
You're talking about Iran?
Iran.
So women don't work or go to school there?
I keep saying, it's not, both sides are not equal. Stop saying that, y'all. It's
They
not.
have the same freedoms they had before it became a theocratic regime.
Well, by freedom, what is your definite? That women can go out naked or what?
Naked? How about
I'm
just
just
not
saying.
wearing the outfit without getting beaten and
They
locked
get
up?
beaten and locked up if they don't
the
wear it?
morality police.
You know, it's funny how liberals and Democrats switch up.
What makes it
right? It
what
was
make
all my
why you keep on saying both parties are the same? They're not the same. They're not, and nobody's stupid or equally stupid. No, it's not.
You know, trust all women, blah 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 blah. You know, women power, feminism, F the patriarchy, right? But then as soon as they're debating someone who they deem or think is a Republican, then all of that stuff goes out the window and they start arguing for the complete opposite, right? Like what you're hearing here, what you're hearing now, but then also in other situations and circumstances, for example, with, you know, Maduro or the leader of Iran, dictators. But weren't they protesting no kings just this past summer? But then when Trump goes in and snatches out a dictator and frees the people of Venezuela, they're like, no, you can't take the dictator. You can't do that. You can't take a dictator. Like they're crying for the dictator to be reinstated. It's weird. It's crazy, man. Being a Democrat is like a disease or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What? Yes. Again, this is not an anti-Muslim thing I'm talking about, but when you are going to come here, I'm sorry, this conversation
Sword Keyblade, like that name, man. I love Kingdom Hearts. I love that Kingdom Hearts game, man. I love that game. It's a nice name to have. But you're right, both sides are not.
Most feminist? That goes against everything that everyone can see with their eyes right now in all countries. In Saudi Arabia, they just got the right to drive a couple of years ago. A literal couple of years ago. You would be beat in Iran if you took the scarf off.
No, I mean...
What, you get beat in San Diego? Is that what you were about to say? I don't think that's the case. I don't think the American government has officers around beating you for not wearing certain things.
Not necessarily in that regard, but...
Not at all in that regard, actually.
I think what she's saying is the media had a certain portrayal. No. The media had a certain portrayal.
What was that portrayal?
And then she met me, what you're saying right now.
Beta.
And then she met me.
Well, but what I am saying is true in those cultures. In
yes,
the theocratic regimes.
those cultures, but not Muslims.
Here's the thing. I know you're
Muslims.
not. She's saying that culture is the most feminist, but those states that are led from Islamic principles are the least feminist states in the entire world.
Well, it depends on what you say about Islamic principles as well.
Well, they say they're theocratic.
They can say all they want. That doesn't mean they...
You know something I've noticed in this whole clip? She's looking at him as if to say, is this true? Is this right? Like, please tell me that this is true. Please tell me I did not join this this movement that is completely against me and myself. You didn't tell me these things, you know. At least that's the kind of vibe that I get from watching this clip and her like turning and looking at him so intently, like, is Caleb serious? Is he lying? You know. But y'all let me know if you get the same vibe from it.
About Islamic principles as well.
They say they're theocratic.
They can say all they want. That doesn't mean they actually do it.
The principle.
Okay, well, are we going to do the whole thing that Christians do with shellfish and a bunch of shit like that? Where we pick and choose what we like depending on our world values? Because you guys are more Western?
No, but here's the thing. This is what I'm going to say, okay? Because I think what she's trying to say is this. When we started...
you guys in debt?
We're in so much debt.
Okay, then you're not following Islamic principles.
That's true.
Then what the are you going to tell me?
What am I going to tell you? What?
Well, you're not following it then?
We do our best. It's not about just being perfect.
There it is.
Well, it is. You do the best you can. But
that's why you go further into debt? That's doing the best you can?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
We're failing on that front.
I don't care that you reverted to Islam. I surround myself with people who have Islam. Like, we've had people that work here that are Muslim. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't really care. As long as you don't shove, just like Christian, as long as you're not shoving it down someone's throat, I don't give a fuck. But what you said about women is dangerous because women are being oppressed and killed.
No,
someone that actually wants freedom.
I'm not
for
saying
women.
that those
Okay, why are you wearing on your head then?
Across the entire
Why are you wearing that?
It's not
What's
just
it called, a hijab? Why are you wearing it?
throughout the entire
but that is by the Muslim-led
Let your hair
countries where
down.
the religion is the state. Objectively. I mean, I'm sorry. Objectively. And Western values are a good thing. I know there's this big, crazy anti-West happening right now in our culture. It makes no sense. It's where women can be free and do what they want. That's not a bad thing. And you get to do that here as a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
That's not anti-Muslim. Again, I want to be very
Duh.
clear. So you converted for him?
No.
Oh, well, when did you convert?
3 years ago.
Okay, so it was before you met him.
No.
It was 2 years ago.
What the?
No, you didn't convert for him.
No, not at all.
Of course not.
I chose this faith because I believe in the values of it. And
well, that's good.
I mean, he introduced
the values, just like any religion.
Oh man, there's so much I can say about that. I mean,
Haha, you out?
she did convert.
Glad you stopped
Which,
by.
hey, it's her life. It's her decision. She can do whatever it is she wants to with her life. But like to sit there and lie about it like that.
Yep, stop voting
It's
Democrat.
just like, bro, just come clean. Like, it's your life. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to lie about it, though, when it's blatantly obvious what's going on here. It is so blatantly obvious, man. But, you know, I like Caleb because he just keeps it blunt. Like, he just tells it like it is. Tells it like it is. Like you saw in that very first clip there at the beginning. And we don't listen to people that look like you now. You know, just kept it blunt. And then in this clip, just calling them out constantly, like, yo, no, that is a lie. Over there, this is what happens. You're not going to sit here and try to lie to my face just because you practice this religion. It is what it is. Hey, listen, do your thing. You're a grown adult.
Right, do you, boo-boo. Do you.
Here and just blatantly lie in front of thousands of people. Like, it's just not happening. No, it's just not happening. I love it. I love it. But, man, geez, Louise, there's so much that I can say about, you know, that whole situation with the whole Iran, you know, situation. As a matter of fact, I played clips for you guys of women who were like giddy, happy that they have a shot at freedom now. You know, that they have a chance to be free. I saw let me see if I can find it. I probably won't be able to. I saw a video, or was it a video? Yeah, it was actual video. A video of, I believe it was Iran before. I think it was Iran. Let's see. Or was it Iraq? Was it Iraq? It was one of those countries over there. Oh, wait. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, so let me throw this up on the screen. Before and after photos, videos of how the world looked then versus now, a rare thread. Iran before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, a very different world. I'm not going to play the music just for copyright purposes, but this was Iran before.
Johnny boy, you funny, man.
Allegedly, of course. Look at that. Look at that. No headwear. Women roaming freely. No headwear. Amazing. Same thing you see here. Same situation. And now it is completely different. You don't see a single woman roaming the streets without the
hijab.
What do you call it? Hijabs, right? Hijab. That's like the head thing, right? Forgive me. I don't know all of that. I'm just saying. I believe it's called a hijab, though. The headdress, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, completely different world. And there's videos on TikTok and X, right? And I've shown you guys a couple of those of women like celebrating because they felt like they have a shot at freedom now. So for that chick to sit there and say, well, you know, it's all free. No. And here's another thing. If those countries were so great, why don't you all go live in those countries? Why are you here in America, which is a predominantly Christian country? Do what it is that you want to do, but I feel like that's a legitimate question. Why stay in America if that is so great? And why are people from those countries trying to move here if all of that is so fantastic? You know?
Preach.
Why were women crying and
crying?
Look at the Real Clear Politics average of polls for presidents at this moment, at this day, and you look at that chart, President Trump is at 43.3%, President Obama at 42.5%, President Bush at 38.7%. March 5th.
We got to talk about a bombshell poll that recently came out that, of course, mainstream media completely ignored because it kind of showed that Trump isn't really as bad off as what they would like us all to believe. That poll showed something quite interesting that they'll never admit at all. We just going to jump straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm, okay? And if you're not subscribed,
like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like and subscribe.
Well.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to his channel.
Sorry to everybody that has turned on the notifications. I feel like I'm shadow banned right now personally. And, YouTube isn't sending out all of my notifications to everybody. So if you ever feel like you haven't seen one of my videos for a while, just check back in. I upload every single day, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year. I am uploading a video. So just check back in on the channel. I've seen so many people comment, got some DMs like, yo, where's the uploads? Or I thought you stopped uploading. I hadn't seen you in a while, kind of deal. So if y'all aren't getting notifications, just check back in. All right. I'm here every single day. All right. Now let's jump back into it. Sorry, I just had to address that really, really quickly. Trump more popular than Harris and Newsom, a survey says. Despite a dip in job approval ratings, President Trump is beating out former Vice President Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom in an overall popularity contest. A new NBC News survey results released Monday, 41% of respondents expressed favorable views of the president. Only 34% of those polled responded favorably to Harris compared to 27% for Newsom. The two politicians are frequently touted as potential Democratic candidates for the 2028 presidential race, but neither has committed to a run. The former vice president sparked rumors recently that she was seeking another presidential bid after she revived her Kamala HQ social media accounts and released a new book about her loss to Trump in the 2024 presidential election. Harris also previously weighed jumping into the race last year to replace Newsom as California's governor, but decided against it. Newsom is term limited. Harris has not ruled out a new White House run, telling podcaster Sharon McMahon in February that she might launch another presidential bid. Newsom has emerged as one of the most vocal critics of the Trump administration. He has also said that his family will be the deciding factor in his choice to run for president.
I'm going to go back to him, but I'm going to go to Sky News Australia right quick.
2 eyes and half of a brain.
I'm going to go back. But I got to do this one because this is the lefties. They on full of shit. Unlike how Rita be coming with it. This is Rita from Sky News.
Doom Goblin, Greta Thunberg. Oh, and it's time for Lefties Losing It. And the Oscars.
I'm going to go back to Doc Rich, but I want to play this one right quick.
We're on today, so we're going to be bringing
I love the title.
The best and worst of Hollywood's Night of Nights, but let's start Lefties Losing It with our favourite little Swedish Doom Goblin, Greta Thunberg. And here we have the gal who set records for truancy, showing incredible range. Not only is she an expert on catastrophic climate change and the Middle East, but her geopolitical expertise extends to Cuba. And of course, the country's many woes.
Thank you.
Communist government.
Let's get to 1,500 subscribers.
We need to talk about what's happening in Cuba right now. As the Trump administration is waging illegitimate wars across the world, killing countless of people, it is also strangling the Cuban people, deliberately, methodically, and openly. The pedophile Trump himself bragged about it, saying there's an embargo, there's no oil, there's no money, there's no anything. He said it like it was something to be proud of.
What did that little Chucky doll lookalike call President Trump? I do hope he sues her for whatever ill-gotten gains she
A little bit of the interview, Josh. I saw a little bit of the interview.
About Cuba, she seems to think that she knows better than Cubans what is good for Cubans. She does not say a single word to condemn the brutal communist dictators or the reason why more than 1 million Cubans have fled their own country. It's all America's fault.
Cuba stood up for the world, and now it is time for the world to stand up for Cuba. And I'm asking all of you, every friend of peace, every defender of the right of peoples to determine their own futures, to join. Wherever you are in the world, go to your local US embassy and make your voice heard. The people in power do not act unless we compel them to. And so now we compel them.
What an odious little troll she is. Now to the Oscars, and I'm sure you're just dying to hear some virtue signalling. Here is the team behind the voice of Hain Rajab with this incoherent diatribe.
We're demanding a permanent ceasefire because there is no ceasefire right now. There are bombings happening to this day, destruction, displacements all over the world. You know, in Palestine, in Lebanon, and Iran, and Venezuela, and everywhere. And this is happening in the U.S. Well, yes. So this is a demand for a permanent ceasefire.
ICE have to implement a ceasefire, and they want one also in Iran, just as the regime is about to fall.
Good morning, Angelo. Good morning.
How sadistic of them to want to oppress the Iranian people. Let's hear more from this genius trio.
What's happening with ICE, Minneapolis, Gaza, everywhere, it's all connected. And we are all the same, we are all human, and hatred is a cancer. And people should open their hearts.
Stupidity is also a cancer. And how about opening your hearts to the plight of the Iranian people? You know, there's a reason they are literally dancing in the streets over the Ayatollah being killed, over the regime being systematically weakened. It's because they would rather risk death than live under Islamist rule. Let's now hear from the host of the Oscars, Conan O'Brien, who had this little pointed joke.
First time since 2012 that there are no...
Man, back in the day, I'm 43 years old. Back in the day, the Oscar was cool back then. Now it's trash. Trash. They got too political.
British actors nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress. Yeah. British spokesperson said, yeah, well, at least we arrest our pedophiles. So, yeah,
not bad, but the arrests in the UK have not been about pedophilia or mistreatment of women, but about allegations of misconduct in public office. Anyway, we can't expect actors to be aware of little things like facts. Now, there were some bright moments at the Oscars, some genuine funny moments, including this from actress Anne Hathaway and Anna Wintour.
Anna, just curious, what do you think of my dress tonight? And the nominees are?
I like the actor. What was his name? I don't know what his name was. What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis. He had played Lincoln back in the day. It was a good movie.
Well done. You need to have watched The Devil Wears Prada to appreciate
He won like 5 Oscars.
This
They
from
got.
Sigourney Weaver was also superb.
Get away from him, you...
Yoda. Baby Yoda.
Wow, good character recall. I peed myself a little.
Why is Pedro Pascal ruining it by talking needlessly? Let the ladies cook, but if the Oscars wanted to be actually entertaining for the whole thing, then they should throw millions at Ricky Gervais to host. You remember his superb work at the Golden Globes. If they can't get him over the line, then Jimmy Carr would also be a brilliant option. Here is a taste of his work. Here he explains why he
They get to 1,500 subscribers. They get to 1,500.
Now, we are a little bit tight for time, so I probably can't do my Islamic bit. Well, obviously, I'm not going to be telling the same jokes about Muhammad. I feel very comfortable telling about Jesus Christ. And that's because, fun fact, I'm not an idiot. So if you're a Christian and you're sat there thinking, well, that's not fair. He made jokes about Christians all day long, but he won't make the same sort of jokes about
Yeah, the same thing when it comes to sports. I stopped watching that stuff as well, man. I'm a huge Bears fan, but I hate the fact that when they had end racism on the end zone and Black Lives Matter. We here to watch sports. Fuck all that political shit. All lives matter, you know? I could tell you. Let me go back. Red and Raven.
Hey? No one's scared of you. What are the Christians going to do? Forgive me.
Right, you want to end racism in sports and all that. They have it on the end zone, on their jerseys and all that. You guys are multi-millionaires getting paid, especially like LeBron. You a black man getting paid multi-million dollars. Stop with the bullshit. He got all this security, protection. And he out there with him about defund the police and Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. These guys are not no leaders at all, man. No, yeah, the Bears might leave, man. Dumb Chicago's, man. They keep on voting blue no matter who. Now they out there crying, ooh, the Bears might leave. Y'all let them bring the illegals in and gave them $1 billion. They could help the Bears out. Now Indiana like, hey, y'all can have the stadium. We're going to give you this, we can give you that. So they might leave, man. They might leave. I hope not. Yeah, and Michael Vick, his boys should took care of him, man. The man, a multi-millionaire, and all his friends turned on him. After that, Michael Vick's career went downhill, man. If he was guilty, they go to jail. But if he wasn't, they should have spoke up for him or something. That was crazy. Yeah, they might keep the name to Chicago Bears. Period. You know, like New Jersey and what do we call it? Not New Jersey. The New York Jets. Yeah, the New York Jets. They are in New Jersey, I believe. And same thing the Giants, but they all represent New York. But based on Chicago stuff, how people in Chicago, how they really feel. Her name is Danny Carter. My man Bashan. They be going at the mayor, letting them know how they feel about it. So I'm gonna finish this, then I'm gonna play them then.
Yes, unlike the late night TV comics in the US, who seem to be the front runners to host Oscars and Golden Globes every year, Jimmy Carr is actually funny. Now to DC, where US Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, put a leftist journalist.
South Park ahead of their time, man. They be on some stuff, man. Them and the Simpsons.
Oh, cut it out. Do you know how many convictions we've got? Cut it out.
Judge.
One lane. We have cleaned up this city. Yeah, historic, really? I'll tell you what's historic. What's historic is that I prosecute everything other than 10% of the cases, where the United States attorney before me didn't prosecute 67% of the cases. That's what's historic. I'm willing to take a not guilty. I'm willing to take a no true bill, because I'll take all the crimes and put them in. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all the time we have.
I think that's what they call a mic drop moment. Yes, they're cleaning up DC, and it shows the crime rate has plummeted.
Third Adam,
Murder
I'll check it out.
Has dropped 68% compared to the same time in 2025.
I'll check it out, BB.
Robberies are down 47%, sexual abuse down 64%, and violent crime across the board is down 31%. Let's bring in
Let's get to 1,500. Why not?
Commentator
1,500 subscribers. Why not?
This is a triumph for the administration, and yet the DC locals don't seem all that grateful.
Or the media. You don't really hear anything about the media talking about the crime rate dropping because it doesn't help their argument.
I think somebody asked Jordan about Republican wearing his shoe. He like, what Jordan say? When they asked him about Republicans wearing his shoes, I forgot. I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, look, crime levels are lowest in decades. Now, generally, presidents don't have a lot to do with national crime rates because they're usually city by city. But it's really hard to argue that, for example, in D.C., it's not almost solely because of the use of the National Guard, or they're everywhere in the city, that crime has dropped. It's hard to argue that the dead stop in illegal immigrants coming to this country didn't factor in to a drop in crime rate. It's hard to argue that the unleashing of the FBI across the country, taking down large cartels and gang members and drug affiliates, aren't part of the drop in crime. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but those are arguments that are just hard to ignore.
Now, activist judge has been called an activist judge. Boasberg has blocked a grand jury from investigating the Fed, and Janine Pirro says that's illegal.
In Washington, an activist judge has taken that tool away from us by inserting himself and preventing the grand jury from even obtaining, let alone hearing evidence. He has neutered the grand jury's ability to investigate crime. As a result, Jerome Powell today is now bathed in immunity, preventing my office from investigating the Federal Reserve. This is wrong, and it is without legal authority.
Army Horowitz, I know you're not a lawyer, but what's your take on that conflict between members of the judiciary, the Trump administration, and this determination to look at the Fed, investigate the Fed?
And
but
Jemima.
I play one on TV, Rita. Look, I'm going to be honest. You are not going to like my answer, okay?
I knew you would be in a completely different realm on this topic to me. I knew it because you were not happy even with the Trump administration sending in law enforcement to different cities. I think perhaps you've moderated your position on that, perhaps not. But yeah, you think this judge is in the right here by stopping a grand jury even looking into this?
Look, I'm not going to debate with you the dual mandate of the Fed, right, which is, and the efficacy of this particular regime on that issue. I'm not going to debate with you, whether or not we need deep cuts now to juice up the economy or whether it be inflationary. Look, presidents have always had conflicts with the Fed. Every president does, right? They want a stronger economy and more Fed rate cuts, and the Fed is a little more cautious. That's common. Look, President Johnson even famously pushed a Federal Reserve chairman on his ranch. But this is something a little bit different, okay? This is not about building cost overruns, okay? Trump is a builder. He famously has tons of buildings that have cost overruns. It's part of the process. This is about him trying to find cause to get rid of Jerome Powell, okay? And cause is not like, the cause, you can't just get, a president just can't get rid of a Federal Reserve chairman. He has to have what the word is cause, the legal meaning like you have in an employment contract. It's gross misbehavior or criminal activity, right? It's not like you're not doing your job properly. And he's trying to pressure Jerome Powell to do deep cuts to juice up the economy. And by the way, hypocritically, I'm sorry, but Trump criticized Jerome Powell for having deep cuts under Biden to juice up the economy for him. So I don't like this. This is as close as you get to abuse of power, and I think this is not the kind of behavior that we need. It rankles him that the Fed is outside the executive branch.
Right.
Like you
don't
said,
do it to the Lucky Charms guy, man. Don't do
I
it.
don't like growth of executive power. I never liked
For
it.
those, happy St. Patrick's Day for tomorrow.
It's all well and good. In theory, I would agree with you, but when these bodies become deeply politicized and they behave accordingly, I think then you need to take action. And I would argue that's what we have seen with the Fed over several years.
All right, this for the people, Chicago people. This way you can't vote Democrat. You get dumb shit.
Consumer investigator Jason Knowles is here with what he uncovered. Jason?
ABC News, ABC-owned stations, and the I-Team are finding that too many Black and Latino homeowners are being highballed. They are more likely to pay higher property taxes because their homes are assessed at relatively higher values, and sometimes because of higher tax rates in their communities.
This is about Chicago.
Hayes says her South suburban family home is slipping away.
I was stunned. I thought it was outrageous.
It started with a staggering Cook County reassessment. Her home's value jumped from $116,000 to $240,000. Then the tax bill more than doubled to more than $12,000 a year.
It's absolutely a nightmare.
Hayes' property tax bill, which gets paid from her mortgage escrow, meant an increase to her mortgage payment.
I was paying $950 a month, and then it went to $2,304 a month.
Hey, Johnny boy, I'm gonna wear that shirt tomorrow.
An ABC News analysis found that nationwide, homeowners in majority-minority neighborhoods are too often paying more in property taxes as a percentage of their home's total value than homeowners in majority-white neighborhoods. In Cook County, the I-Team found that more than 11,000 properties in the south suburbs saw their property tax assessments increase twofold or more in its most recent assessment. The most recent assessment for the north suburbs showed only 0.2% of properties saw their assessed value double or more.
Okay.
Chicago,
Yeah, for me, I'm a warehouse worker. Besides a YouTuber, I work the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12-hour shift, 36 hours. So I get 4 days off. That's why I be live streaming Monday through Thursday, because I got the time to do so in the morning. And I appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys being here in the chat with me. You guys help me grow. Much love. Much love.
12,000 properties, more than it doubled in assessed value between the last two assessment cycles, mostly on the south and west sides of the city.
They are creating.
She didn't vote blue. She's with us. She with this group called Chicago Flips Red. So she's out there fighting for Chicago to vote Pritzker and Brandon Johnson dumbass up out of there. So they with us.
Creating urban deserts where people have to leave their homes.
We are overassessed.
The I-Team first reported in 2024 about how higher assessments can hurt people in south and southwest suburbs more. That's because the state of Illinois relies heavily on municipalities to pay for
16
schools
hours.
when compared to most states. So south and southwest suburbs have higher property tax rates, mostly to fund schools. The north suburbs have
So Angela, you might know Fashawn. That's my homie too, Fashawn.
lower property tax rates because they have higher valued homes, more businesses, and more wealth to go around.
We tend to see then that African American and Latino communities on average are paying higher tax rates.
University of Chicago professor Christopher Berry studies public policy and urban innovation. His recent study helped expose the problem of people of color too often being highballed across the nation.
The assessor says that lower valued homes are worth more than they actually are, whereas for high valued homes, the assessor says they're worth less than they are. For a long time, Cook County was...
I'm also on iHeartRadio as well, guys. I'm also on iHeartRadio. So you want to check me out? You can listen to me as well. iHeartRadio and Spotify.
Was one of the worst offenders.
Now fake news want to talk about this. After we have lost hundreds, thousands of homes, me, myself, businesses, through just high assessed property
a decade,
taxes.
2 decades.
Now
It's been a long fucking time.
A
Josh.
modern day form of redlining in our communities. Now they want to talk about this. Cook County Board President Tony Winkle, she knew about this. She's in on it. They're all in on it. Go to any Democratic-led city and state, and this is what you're going to find in the urban communities. Miss Jackson, Zoe, now myself, because they took my building through unjust high property taxes. They assess too high, and then when you go to try to get help, nobody know what to do, how to help, they don't know who did that. The city blaming the county blaming the state. It's all, don't nobody have any answers, but yet you get another property tax bill that's even higher than the one you went to them to complain about.
1920, there you go. Shit.
And we're just going to keep voting for the same thing. This is just what we have normalized and allowed to happen in our communities. We're just gonna somehow just keep voting for more. That's why I took you on a trip and let you see my community, all the abandoned buildings and homes that used to be occupied by citizens in the community. Now they are just boarded up, with all the signs, the Democratic signs saying, vote for me. I keep telling you all, keep playing with these people. Keep playing with these Democrats.
I'm also on Buzzsprout.
This is what they want for us. Free stuff is not free. They promise you all of these free things, but it's not free. You're paying for it. The poor gets poorer and the rich get richer because the Democratic Party, especially in these cities and states, they are the ones that's benefiting off our tax dollars, off us being poor. They go into those seats poor and come out rich, or while they're still sitting in those seats, they become rich. Just like George Orwell said in the book 1984, you will own nothing and be happy. Don't let it happen.
So I'm global when it comes to Buzzsprout as well.
Guys, it's time to wake up. It's time to rise up. We keep saying if you don't, you're going to look around and you're not going to have anything to leave your family, to leave your kids. The only people that's happy right now are your politicians in these cities and states and illegal aliens. Y'all better wake up. Seriously, you better wake up real soon. These people have no respect for you. How is it that Jesse Jackson Jr. right now is running for Congress in the 2nd district? Now, this man went to jail. First of all, he claimed to be bipolar. So that in itself should not warrant you to be able to go to Congress. You're bipolar. You're not even mentally stable, but you claim to be bipolar. Then you went to jail for
Pat, good morning.
Stealing almost $1 million of your campaign funds, which they believe is more. But let's just stick with that, $750,000. Then you come out of jail because you go to jail for that. You come out of jail. You have no policies. All you do is tell people to vote for you because you're a Jesse Jackson Jr. and you're a Democrat. Nothing else. No explanation why you did what you did. No explanations for you.
Right.
I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to answer anything about what I did and the money that I took. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is come out and tell you, shake your hand and tell you to vote for me because I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. and I'm a black and I'm a Democrat. That's all they have to give you. Look at Robin Kelly yesterday. Had no policies. But yet and still she's asking us to vote for her. No policies. And then when you have real voters with real questions, you have no answers. And then you have an attitude because how dare you even ask me a question? Christian Maxwell asks Robin Kelly a simple question. You're in Congress right now. What legislation have you drafted or implemented or pushed for American citizens because we're losing our business, small businesses? We're losing it through high property taxes, through, things like that. What have you done to help just the small business community? No answers to that question. None. Not one. Couldn't come up with one thing she did. But yet, if you asked her about ICE and what she's going to do to abolish ICE, she right off the top, she would have came out and told you everything she's going to do to abolish ICE and help illegal aliens stay here, because that's what she's been talking about. That's all they run on. That's all they campaign on. I'm sure she could have came off the top of her head with that, but hey, nothing for you, the American citizens who, because she's not asking, she's telling. But yet, I don't have anything for you. I'm not in Congress right now doing anything for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
How dare you ask me what have I done right now? How dare you question me? Hey, you know your place. Vote blue no matter who. You know what time it is. Come on, guys.
Amazing. I'm gonna play my boy Fashawn, the Chicago conservative. Oh, there we go.
Mr. Chicago conservative, you may re-begin. You're welcome, sir. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Doc. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. As you guys know, I'm monetized, but I never asked anybody to give me a gift or any money like that. I'm just here to share information, learning with you guys, and sharing with you guys. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Time for one on-topic question. All right. Mayor Johnson, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm well.
With all due respect, Mayor Johnson, I do want to ask about the democracy ordinance. It was pulled off the agenda.
On topic, Jeff. Sorry. On topic.
How is that off topic?
Fashawn, check him out. It's my man, Chicago conservative, Fashawn.
If he wants to know about the democracy ordinance, what's wrong with that? I think he paid this one guy again to not have people ask actually good questions, in my opinion, but
Then here's the question. The organizers have noted that this is a federal waterway. Are you concerned that Washington may move to shut down this waterway in advance of this event? You know, it's been the city, the government has been antagonistic.
Thank you, Pat.
I'm not, concerning myself with, the threats that continue to come from the...
So basically, yes, because he's at war with the federal government and he don't know how to shut up when it comes to
Not a problem, Johnny boy. I got you.
him talking about Trump. There are other people out there that do, honestly, I don't even think Trump is that bad, if I'm being honest. Brandon Johnson and his fake ass Man in Black off-wish costume think that this is the only thing that Chicagoans want to listen to. You bash Trump all day? They don't, okay? Now, if the federal government shut off this, it's going to be very, very bad for not just the people of Chicago, but people that are also in the Chicagoland area. You're not thinking about no one else but yourself. Ego-driven, statistical jerk.
Federal government. This is, obviously a way in which we can not just showcase environmental justice, but we're raising money for an important cause, right? ALS, but we're also ensuring that young people have access to programming within our parks. So that's what our focus is going to be, and we're looking for partners, whether they are local leaders or federal leaders.
I'm sorry, I keep pausing it, guys, but what money? Getting donations from who? We don't have any money. And I understand that, because I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's all the young kids in Chicago that are, being absolutely horrendous on the streets. But YNs do exist. Why don't you never call out what my man Ray Lopez called out during that committee meeting when it came down to parents being charged for kids doing horrific things? That's an actually good idea, but hey, all he cares about is his image when it comes to black folks. And he doesn't care. Like, this dude doesn't care at all, man. Who are we kidding?
To ensure that we are raising money to go towards research to deal with the disease while also creating more opportunities for our young people.
Good morning. Sorry. Speaking of threats from the federal government, is it your understanding that a woman was detained at O'Hare for over 30 hours last week?
Thank you, Alice. All right, anyone else you all today from the media?
Like, who are we kidding with this guy, man? Who are we kidding with Brandon Johnson? She just told you that a woman was held at O'Hare for that long, and you don't even bother to even point out the fact that, that's, our bad on our behalf and things like that. I would like to apologize on behalf of O'Hare. You don't even want to do that. You could, even if it wasn't on topic, Brandon Johnson, what's going to kill you to say, I know that, this is a sensitive subject right now, and I am sorry that happened to that young lady, but we do have to move on because, and I'm not even saying that that's a bad question, but my thing is this, though. Why the hell you got these people here if they can't ask questions?
I don't get it.
Any other questions?
On topic, William.
Mayor Johnson, real Chicagoans are asking me to ask you about your recent conversation with Hassan Piker.
Like in Brittany, a whole lot of a big crowd of people in Britain as well.
So I've been on this show as well myself a few times.
Yeah, so it's a big movement. I'm gonna help push it too.
Yeah, it's just absolutely sad how they murdered
What you told him.
All right, let's take a picture, y'all.
Yeah! I'm that Chicagoan. Yo, man. And then you see how absolutely disgusting these people are. He didn't even get, William J. Kelly didn't even say anything yet. On topic, William. On topic. First of all, MBJ, take that stupid ass hat off, nigga. That's the worst hat I've ever seen in my life. What is that? Take that fucking shit off, okay? And second of all, you guys already knew that this was going to be brought up. Hassan Piker is a literal China communist, my dude. What the hell are you doing with this man? And how does this dude benefit Chicago? How do you being with Hassan Piker benefit the city of Chicago? How? That's a real question. But hey, we can't ask what we
Good
want.
one, Doc. Brando.
That's what I'm saying, guys. I've been out here trying to get people to vote. I actually been out here so much, I got sick. Okay, but I'm always sick because you guys know I work outside anyway. But it's grind time right now, guys. If you guys know anybody in the Chicagoland area, in the Illinois area, in Chicago within itself, guys, please tell them. If they are trying to vote blue, now they're already voting red and they already know the ups and downs of voting for the Democratic Party. Then we don't have to worry about these people. But the ones that are trying to vote blue who aren't educated on the Democratic Party, yes, guys, I have been trying to tackle the nucleus of this thing, okay?
Yeah.
It is a serious, serious problem. And look, we got 2 more days, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, if you know anybody who wants to get up and go out and vote, look, we got to do it. We need y'all, okay? So, guys, please make sure you guys vote on the 17th. And don't vote blue, okay? Do not vote. I don't care. Listen, guys, I'm not even finna lie to you.
Vote red instead.
If he's running as a Democrat, do not vote for this man, okay? So, they already knew that this was garbage. This was going to go viral because Brandon Johnson is always running away from accountability. This can't keep going on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why he keep thinking that the people aren't waking up. Even the ones that don't care about politics, ladies and gentlemen, are waking up to the Democratic Party. And that's a W. And that includes Tiffany Hennigan. Okay? So, I'll see you guys next time. Please check out the merch store. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button, guys. We need this video to go out. Ain't been tripping about the likes lately, but this video, you got to hit the like button, man, because we need the message to go out. If you are voting red in Illinois, put something red in the comment section, guys. I'll see you later. I'm out of here. Peace out.
That, I don't want to have any impact on oil prices for 3 or 4 weeks or 2
That's what I'm hoping, Pat.
And we're going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon to blow up the entire East and beyond, right? Because, they were going to blow up the Middle East. If I didn't terminate the Obama horrible deal,
Johnny, you silly.
the Iran nuclear deal, it's called. If I didn't terminate that in my first term, they would have already had a nuclear weapon and they would have used it immediately upon getting it. And if I didn't send in the B-2 bombers to bomb the hell out of it and obliterate it, that's what it was. We obliterated that site and stopped all their potential nuclear. If I didn't do that, you would have had Israel and the Middle East hit by nuclear weapons. And we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
We helped to save
Western civilization. I agree with it. We were on a path towards destruction. Until we elected Big Trump.
It began, but when you voted for Donald Trump, so Americans, thank you, God bless the United States of America, because when you voted for Donald Trump, you thought you were voting to save America. Yeah. That was a vote to save Western civilization. That's what it was. We have hope. There's something huge. There's been a big shift. I've been fighting an uphill battle, banging my head against a brick wall. Right now, I'm optimistic because there is a cultural revolution that started in Great Britain.
Thank you. 1,500. Let's get it. Joe Biden been tripping by now.
Want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
As we are going to hear and see our president every single day, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with what's going on or not, whether you like the operation, like the this and that, whether you have Trump derangement syndrome.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, pretty.
On a Sunday, we know what President Trump is doing. We got him on video. He got a response. Another bombshell announcement.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you haven't.
Questions left and right. Got to give it to it, man. Got to give it to him, you know.
Yeah, I like the Audits on Heights location, too.
Night and day difference in the previous administration, you know. Again, say what you want. I know there's some people all saying all kind of things right now. The gaslighting, the fear-mongering, the propaganda, you know. We were reading the comments earlier. They going off. Somebody said, Rick, well, is it $20 a gallon or $10 a gallon now? I said, I don't know, John. I don't know. I do not know. You know, but I hope everybody that's tuning in right now, again, that you are blessed.
Yes, it is. It's definitely free to like and subscribe. It's definitely free.
Race, man. We all in this together, whether you like it or not, man. The corrupt scam matrix, we're all living in it, you know, and we all survive in hell. But Trump just made some big announcements a couple of minutes ago we wanted to get into. And he just put NATO on notice if they abandon the Strait of Hormuz. He says, we were always there for NATO. It would be interesting to see what country wouldn't help us with a very small endeavor, which just keeps the strait open.
Remember, like as an example, in many cases in NATO, we're always there for NATO.
NATO.
Helping them with Ukraine. As any insurgents got a notion that it doesn't affect us, we help them. It'd be interesting to see what country wouldn't help us with a very small endeavor, which is just keeping the strait open. That's my comparison. This is small. It's small because Iran has very little firepower left.
Iran has very little firepower left. Oh boy. It will be interesting to see what country wouldn't help us with a very small endeavor, which is just keeping the strait open. Boy. And Trump also just confirms he is asking China to help America secure the Strait of Hormuz. This would be huge. They should come in my opinion. He says China gets most of their oil through the strait.
I tell you about that. I can't really say for sure, but China's an interesting case study. They get most of their oil, as you know, by car, and a lot, about 90% of the strait. So I would say, would you like to come in and we'll find out? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. You know, there's some other deeper reasons why they should come in my opinion. It never made sense for years. If you go back and look at what I said years ago, I said, why are we maintaining the Hormuz Strait when it's really there for China and
Yeah, it's kind of low on this one.
And I wish we see that
It's kind of low.
this past week, and it was saying Trump didn't portray his base betrayed him. Because if you go back and look at clips from not long ago, even a couple months ago, even, a couple years ago, of Trump, if you actually go listen to what he said, he told you, he basically hinted what was coming. He said what he was going to do. He said this and that. I mean, so, it's kind of like, man,
yeah, the airplane was very
really
loud.
Surprised. But then we always have that counter argument, and especially with the left and Democrats, they finna run with it. Trump said, no new wars. Trump said. And then we just seen Marjorie Taylor Greene on CNN saying, I call upon J.D. Vance and Tulsi Gabbard to go against the president. Because he said on day one, he said during his campaign, no new wars. What is he doing? He has betrayed his base. What has happened to the man I supported? I tell you, boy, what a time to be alive, man. Oh, boy. But like I told y'all, man, whether you agree, disagree, we are going to let everything play out, man. And we ask that we pray for our president, man, for our troops, for America. Again, we see the other side, the media, and just how ridiculous it is. People are rooting for the downfall. People are disrespecting veterans, troops, our military. It's a disgrace, man. It really is. Y'all hate Trump. You might.
I'm glad our veterans eating steak and lobster. I'd rather have the money go towards our troops than somebody else. Let them eat, protect us all day.
You might not like this or that, but some people have went too far with some of their statements, man, and comments. We get it. You don't like this, you don't like that. You probably hate Trump. Some of you probably been flipped for jump ship. You feel like Trump has betrayed the base. We can understand, wherever you stand. But some people have went too far, man.
Yeah, they have. It's gotten brighter out here, you guys. But it's definitely sunny. It's definitely sunny.
Have no credibility, are putting out information they know is false. It's very dangerous, and they can be in serious jeopardy. And I hope Trump sues and wins again, man. It's a disgrace with the media lately.
Stop snowing out here. I'm so glad it stopped.
On CNN get dealt with. I mean, just stupid, man. Stupidity. Trump derangement syndrome. Y'all hate the man so much you get up live on television and say Pete Hegseth has spent billions of dollars on steaks and lobster for himself. What in the hell? And then double down like, yeah, he actually did it. He doesn't care for our troops. He ordered it for himself. These people hate Trump so much. Y'all get on there and say the most ridiculous things, man. You said the most ridiculous things with the whole Epstein, this and that. How'd that play out for you?
All right, it's the Democrat files.
I mean, man, and again, you might not like how this went, and then with there's tons of things we disagree with. When it comes to this, when it comes to these files, when it comes to Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, but again, it's still all backfired. And now both sides are stuck up with their finger in their butt.
Come on, Zach. Zach, you didn't see the troops? They was eating. They was happy. It's all on TikTok. And one dude went back for seconds. So I don't think he eating the food by himself. I'm pretty sure he passed it out to the troops. is out there.
They're fake. And you can almost see that when you look at them. It looks fake. Because if they did exist, we'd hit them just like we hit other boats all over the world. But they don't exist. In fact, some of the people say, where are the boats? Well, how come nobody's seen boats? You know why? Because it's AI generated. It's fake. And I found, I didn't realize this before that we started, but Iran is known for a lot of fake news. And they deal with our fake news. And I actually think it's pretty criminal because our media companies, who have no credibility whatsoever, are putting out information that they know is false.
False.
And it's a very dangerous thing for the country. I think it's.
And it's that AI is getting really, really dangerous, you guys. I know y'all see it. I mean, man, you log on there and you don't know what to believe. And then what's really sad is and how the fake news media goes about it. And Trump made a great point right there, man. You know, calling out the media and with this whole Iran thing. I mean, it's just been a complete disgrace, man. You know. I'm glad he pointed that out. But now Trump just went full hardball mode on Iran. He says, I don't think they're ready for a deal, but they're getting pretty close. I don't know what. No, I don't know. I want to make a deal. Wait, what? I don't know. I want. Wait, what the hell? Am I reading this right? Excuse me, y'all. This might be a typo. I don't know. I want to make a deal. I don't even know who I'm dealing with. Most of their leadership is killed. Okay, maybe I'm just reading too fast. And this, y'all know, I hate the Air Force One audio. Every time the audio comes out, when they have Trump speaking on camera, the audio is always terrible. But I think because they're limited to the audio they can bring on the plane. I'm not sure, but the audio is always terrible. And you basically hear the plane more than you hear Trump. We don't even know who we're dealing with. Most of the leadership has been killed. Oh boy. Trump says we done damage to them right now. If we left right now, it would take Iran 10 years or more to rebuild. But I'm still not declaring it over. Trump shows no mercy.
I think I just say they're decimated. I think that we've done damage to them right now. If we left right now, it would take them 10 years and more to rebuild. But I'm still not declaring it over. Our military is incredible. The job they've done is just incredible.
Well, and Trump confirms Iran is begging for a deal, but he's not letting up. They want to negotiate badly, as they should, but I don't think they're ready to do what they have to do. We will finish the job.
We had some very good results today, as you probably heard in Iran. Very strong results militarily. Results. We're talking to countries about releasing the streets. Otherwise, we don't get very little, 1%, 2%. China, as an example, gets about 90% of its oil from the Hormuz Strait. And it's nice to have other countries release that with us. And we'll help work militarily with.
This is my YouTube page. I don't know why I'm not saying I want to show.
And they were siloed. None of them knew what the other of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, releasing a bombshell report today that shows a conspiracy by a sitting president, Barack Obama, and his intel agencies to sabotage the president-elect, Donald Trump, brainwash the electorate, and undermine the legitimacy of an election.
There is irrefutable evidence that detailed how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election.
Crazy stuff, y'all. Obama is bogus. I voted for Obama that first time. The second time I didn't, which I never did. Did the dummy vote because he was black. I'm a Democrat. But you can see I'm MAGA. I'm ultra MAGA, baby. Stop voting blue no matter who. They did Trump bogus, man.
Help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
Gabbard got her hands on a House intel report that's been locked away in a CIA vault for almost a decade. Investigators spent over 2,000 hours looking into how the Russia hoax was born, interviewing 20 CIA and FBI officials. And it turns out that the Obama administration doctored the intelligence to make it look like Trump stole the election. A month after Trump beat Hillary, Barack Obama wasn't satisfied with his intelligence reporting and ordered his CIA director to create a new assessment of how Russia interfered with the election. This was a highly unusual move. John Brennan handpicked 5 CIA analysts to write the assessment, and they were siloed. None of them knew what the other was doing. And only one analyst was in charge of drafting this report. There was nothing routine about this, and it was a rush job to publish before Trump was sworn in. Nothing was coordinated with the other intelligence agencies either. Basically, this was home cooking for Barack Obama. There were 4 key elements from the assessment that were repeated over and over again and formed the basis of the Russia hoax and the Robert Mueller witch hunt. 1, that Vladimir Putin wanted Donald Trump to win. 2, Putin took action to help Trump win.
Almost
3,
there.
the Russians
Almost
had blackmail
there.
on Trump.
1,500 subscribers. Almost there.
4, that the Russians tried colluding with the Trump campaign.
Thank you.
None of any of this was ever true.
How come only Fox News reporting this? Oh, because it doesn't fit the other narratives. At least Fox News showed transparency.
There was no reliable intelligence to support any of these allegations. Senior CIA officials repeatedly refused to traffic in these allegations, but they were repeatedly overruled by CIA Director Brennan and FBI Director Comey, who insisted that they be pushed, even without verifiable evidence. The Obama administration cherry-picked the intelligence, lied about their sources, misquoted sources, didn't corroborate their claims, suppressed intelligence that ran counter to their narratives, and even used a...
Yeah, they said the Hunter Biden laptop was false, all that. Just straight lying to us the whole 4 years. Lied to us. Now the truth is coming out, finally.
Anonymous internet postings. Rank and file CIA admitted what they were doing violated their own tradecraft standards. There was a massive pressure campaign that came right from the top. CIA analysts say they received unusual directives from political appointees, the CIA director, and Obama himself. This is how the Russia...
Trump knows that the Russians helped him win in 2016.
Putin hated Secretary Clinton so much that
The flip side of that coin was he had a clear preference for the person running against the person he hated so much.
It was Russia in a very systematic way and tried to interfere in the election and to try to advance the prospects of Donald Trump being elected.
This was such a malicious disinformation campaign perpetrated on the American people that at one point, 60% of Democrats believed the Russians hacked our voting machines to help Trump win the White House.
Wow.
What this report actually shows is that the Russians just wanted to create chaos and undermine Americans' faith in democracy. Solid intelligence suggested that Vladimir Putin didn't care who won. He had no preference.
Wow.
But like most people, expected Hillary to win and had a little docket of compromising dirt on her, dirt that he never released. Now, if Putin wanted Trump to win, why didn't Putin drop the dirt?
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's,
Yeah,
quote,
the
psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious, substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
Now, if Clinton was on tranquilizers like the Russians believed, then why didn't they leak it to help Trump win?
How credible was the information that Hillary Clinton was out?
All I have seen is what the intelligence committee have reported through their investigation.
I saw this on X. I figured I'd share this with you guys. So I was on X yesterday, and I see it's been reposted again on X. So I figured I'd share this with you guys and share this information because it's needed.
The underlying point there is that we understand from intelligence what Russia said that they had. And the important point here is that if they were trying to influence the election, as President Obama and James Clapper and John Brennan, everybody said they were doing in order to support Donald Trump's election, they would have released the most damning of that information.
Obama and his spy chiefs knew that Putin didn't prefer Trump over Hillary, but they cooked the intelligence to make it look like he did. Obama and his intel spies knew that Putin didn't collude with Trump and that he didn't even direct his people to help Trump win. But they put it out there anyway.
Missy Waters becoming
In a
ladies,
sense,
guys.
Barack Obama did exactly what Putin wanted, undermined Americans' faith in free and fair elections and caused chaos in our country. Barack Obama, the CIA, and the FBI were the ones doing what our enemy wanted.
This is why we need IDs.
Do you believe that any of this new
as well.
information implicates former
All
President
states.
Obama in criminal behavior?
Need IDs.
Have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this. The evidence, correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment.
Divider in
There are
chief.
multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Even 2 years later, after the election, Barack Obama was still pushing a hoax he knew wasn't true. And he knew it wasn't true because he helped manufacture it.
They're undermining our alliances, cozying up to Russia. What happened to the Republican Party? They're cozying up to the former head of the KGB. Actively blocking legislation that would defend our elections from Russian attack. What happened?
Now, I don't know if it's possible to indict a former president for actions he took while in office. I'm not a lawyer, proudly. But Brennan, Comey, and others may have severe liability. Trey Gowdy says we know for a fact that Brennan committed perjury when he lied to Congress.
We shouldn't be afraid of each other at all. Should respect each other at least.
The Steele dossier.
Fear God.
I don't. You know if the Bureau ever relied on the Steele dossier as part of any court filings, applications?
I have no awareness.
Wow.
Did the CIA rely on it?
No.
Why not?
Because we didn't. It wasn't part of the corpus of intelligence information that we had.
We get
It was not in
now.
any way used as a basis for the intelligence community assessment that was done. It was not.
Well, that's a lie. Whatever happens to these guys is
Okay,
not
Zach,
revenge.
okay.
It's accountability. and it's time for people to pay the price.
All right, you guys, I wanted to share that with you. That's crazy. Fox News becomes the receipts. People be hating on Fox, but it comes to receipts, man. Stacey Jesse, gut feel. Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe, everybody. America.
Yes, yes.
And they were siloed. None of them knew what the other was doing. And only one analyst
Apologies
was in
on
charge
that.
of drafting this report. There was
I really don't go play myself, but I'm going to play myself.
2020 election.
Form of evidence in the 2020 election about the drop boxes that for example, Maricopa County said that they had over 923,000 ballots that were dropped off of the drop boxes. However, documentation can only account for 189,167 ballots, which means that there's a deficit.
It did Trump bogus, man. We voted for Trump in 2020, and I knew he won. I knew it, but over the next day, all of a sudden he lost. Crazy. Now the truth coming out. Arizona, Fountain County, Georgia, truth coming out.
Of 733,000 ballots. That's right. Over 733,000 ballots are unaccounted for. So what have we learned? We learned that the big lie is that this was a secure election. I'm sorry, it was not a safe and secure election. We have so many problems with our process that need to be followed through, and laws need to be adhered to and complied with. All of this evidence has been turned over to the Attorney General. Oh, by the way, every Democrat voted no in committee.
Crazy. So some of the findings, 10,000 voters were added to the voter rolls after Election Day and casted a ballot in 2020. More than 74,000 mail-in ballots don't have evidence that they were even sent out. The election server was breached. Remote access was available. The access logs were wiped in March. Original and duplicate ballots were not marked and cannot be verified. The number of votes certified does not match the total bound, and the total number that Joe Biden supposedly won by was just about 10,500.
I kept looking at the screen because it seemed very odd. And in the bottom right-hand corner,
That's why we need IDs to vote in every state, not just the red states. Because Illinois, y'all let us go ahead and vote without using our IDs. They gave us our name and address, gave you guys our name and address, but we should have had IDs as well. Because look at this trash right here. Election integrity was bogus in 2020.
was a yellow banner. And I got into a position where I could see the yellow banner, which said low confidence. Then I started paying much closer attention to the signatures, thinking this didn't even make sense to me because the signature on the ballot that was being compared to other signatures didn't even resemble in any way what they were comparing it to. They were completely illegible. They were just scribbles on the ballot. And there were 5 screeners screening low confidence ballots for an entire afternoon that I was in there. And I asked Celia,
there you go, Zach,
what the low confidence said. And she said, just not to worry about that, that this was a new program that they were testing.
Boris Epstein says that he's hearing the discrepancy in ballots is multiple of that. Senate audit team needs is the Splunk logs, the routers, the passwords. The county still refuses to comply and give those up.
The Wednesday before the Friday that we quit voting, so 10 days before they quit tabulating, they thought they were done. And then more truckloads of ballots would come in, and I'm like...
Make sure you guys like and subscribe, everybody. I'm sharing this with you guys. This came from X, as you can see, and it's not showing in mainstream media, but I'm going to show it.
How can you not know how many ballots are still out there?
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. Would you repeat that?
Yeah.
They thought they were done.
They thought they were done multiple times.
There was what?
multiple times, the people that were running the rooms thought they were done or almost done, or were going to be done Wednesday morning, then Thursday morning, then Friday morning. Then it went on the whole next week. And I'm like, I asked the question, I'm like, you don't know how many ballots are still left to come in?
The federal government also should not be investigating citizens who are speaking out about the government. What is that? That's the biggest infringement on our First Amendment that we have seen ever. This is a legitimate concern for a lot of people. It's not conspiracy theory like they say it is. There is serious evidence, and they refuse to come forward to prove it wrong. They just say, no, it's wrong. It's false. Chairman Jack Sellers of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors actually released a statement where he literally just said, no, you're wrong. Didn't explain why. That's what they've been asking for. They're asking for answers as to why they're finding these things, what they can do to make sure that they're doing it correctly. And Maricopa does not want to help them. They do not want to tell them the truth. They don't want us to find out what happened on November 3rd.
With the forensic analysis, looking at these 147,000 mail-in ballots. And what is at issue here? There's a couple of key things. Here's the two key things is, were there counterfeit ballots? 6 affidavits. Now, we had 4, now it's 6. 6 affidavits of veteran election officials are alleging that up to 30,000 of these 147 ballots are fake. Somebody printed them up on a machine and ran them through the vote counting machines. They're not real. They're not attached to anybody. They have 4 pieces of evidence for this. None of these are going away. None of these can be explained. Number one, they're on different paper. What kind of paper are they on? Why is it the same paper that everything else is on? Number 2, they're not folded. Well, what do you mean they're not folded? In order to get an absentee ballot, you have to get it in the mail, which means that the Department of Elections in Georgia machine folded the ballot. You can't have a ballot in an envelope that you mail back or Dropbox back that's not folded. You either got it folded or you sent it back folded, or both with an envelope. So why aren't they folded? Number 3, you've got
good
the
detail,
same
good detail.
exact bubble mark on the ballot, the same one for upwards of 30,000 of these ballots. 97% of them voting for Joe Biden, 97% voting for John Ossoff. And the 4th thing is, the affidavits say that these the bubble marks are not made by an ink pen or a pencil, that they're made by a machine. These are the things that they're going to look at. Now, they did an analysis batch.
These Democrats love falsifying records and signing shit. Same thing with Joe Biden, auto pen. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. We got to do better with this in election integrity and authority. We got to do better and vote better.
Of 950 military ballots, 950, I want you to grasp what the findings are. And this is a matter of public record. Nobody made this up. Out of a batch of 950 military mail-in ballots, Joe Biden got 950 votes, Trump 0. That's 100%. That is virtually impossible.
Impossible.
To have happened. Not only that, they were in sequential order. That's also impossible. That means that every ballot that came in the mail is somehow in exact sequential order.
That's crazy. Not one. Just want to share with you guys. I didn't rant and rave too much, but the facts is right there. The information is right there, you guys. Like and subscribe. Once again, I'm here to share. Or don't subscribe. It's here to share. Rant and rave.
Thank you guys. As you can see, I do reaction commentary besides playing other people's videos and all that stuff. I play mine. I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short, but 2 hours and 39 minutes in. Usually go about 3 hours or more. I'm gonna cut it short. Take care of this snow. Like and subscribe. Make sure you guys hit all. Thank you guys so much, and blessings. Okay, I will. Thank you. I'll do it tomorrow then, the Trump cast. I'll do it tomorrow For real. I appreciate that, man. Tomorrow,